Roadcaster. There we go. All right. Fucking Streamlabs. Stop changing my settings. It switched it to my default audio device, which didn't matter. Which should have been the Roadcaster anyway. And now it switched it again to default, and it wasn't. So annoying. My apologies, guys. Close that. We can hear you, Gimpy Legs. Thank you, Jay. It's up. Yeah, it's up. Stuff has to update all the time. Why they can't just leave my audio settings where I put them with the device I had set up. Fuck if I know. Fuck Windows 11. Now you're too hot for your information. Oh, that's up a little high. Okay, where's the good range? That's up a little high. There we are. There we are. This wouldn't happen if Digger's here. Wild Saffron's not entirely wrong, because Digger would have had my well, no, actually this still would have happened if Digger's here. Digger can't know how that audio is working. Batch info the camera harder.
Corgo 100. Congratulations, Johnny, on the Lowe's manager position. I can hear your beautiful voice now, Johnny.
Thank you, Red Fox Mad. Oh, dang, we're close to launching a hype train over there. I actually do have stuff. I went out. Bitch into the camera more harder. It will fix it. Yeah, no, it will. I certainly can't change the goddamn thing. I just haven't had to fix it recently, so I had to remember where the setting was to switch it back. I had to switch it on the one thing, and then we did, and we good. Default, the like button says balls deep. Congratulations on the Lowe's manager position. I got a Lowe's manager position?
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
No, St. Caesar, she only does that at 220. She doesn't say 220 to annoy me. She does it because when it's 420 here, it's 220 there. But thank you, Fettuccine El Poo for subscribing at Tier 1 for 38 months. I guess that canceled the hype train that was starting. Weird. All right. Thank you for that subscription, 38 months. Where's the cowbell? There it is, little cowbell for everybody. Let me roll down the audio here. Got to learn to do this with a shorter cord. All right, there we go. And cowbell. There you go. Thank you, Fettuccine El Poo. We appreciate that. First Earth Jedi saying hi. Well, hello, First Earth Jedi. Let's drop that there. And then Brian saying Johnny. Well, hello, John. Hello, Brian. Good to see you. For those of you who didn't know, we did take yesterday off. My brother was in town. I thought we weren't launching a train.
Everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes the train, and here comes driver 10-2. Wahey! Here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the train today. Here comes the train!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have to grind up stuff now to do a hype train. This was not part of the deal. This is not part of the goddamn deal. This wouldn't happen if Digger was here. Yeah, as to this wouldn't happen if Digger were here, we always say Wednesdays are bigger, or the laps are bigger because of Wednesdays with Digger. So we can see about that tomorrow. She should hopefully be with us tomorrow. She obviously...
Look at all the wieners.
6, 7.
Well, I can't... God damn it. I can't look at all the wieners because there's a... There is a wiener in my face. I can't see any other wieners. My peripheral is completely blinded by wiener. That doesn't sound good. All right, so thank you for that. We have the stickers. 81% of level 1 through the hype train. Our goal move.
Whoa.
What? What are we wowing? I feel like this all makes perfect sense. Our goal moved over to Friday because we took yesterday off. I don't charge people for my days off. I get paid to do the damn thing. So we did our day off yesterday. I went out with my brother. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So yes, we moved forward to December 5th, this Friday. Our goal is down to $25, so this hype train will be very, very helpful for that. Thank you so much. Level 1, 81% of the way through the train. Stickers, subs, bits is the best time. What happened to my Prime subscription? I don't know, Red Fox Man. They might cancel that occasionally because they give it to you for free. So they might cancel it just in case you don't re-up it right away and they don't have to pay somebody. Kind of a win-win. You can always go back and turn it back on, I'm sure. So they'll be like, yeah, we'll short the bastard. And if you're watching on one of the other platforms, you might not notice right away. So you know what? I think it's a dickbag move, but it's what they do. Hi, Digger. Oh, is Digger here? Did we have Digger in the chat? Oh, we do. Hiya, kids, she says. Oh, so Digger is here in the chat and on the program. She, like I said, has appointments and things today, so she will not be in the show, and she might hopefully be with us tomorrow. Hopefully that all goes well. That level 1 hype train has just under 2 minutes left. So we're going to kick this in the tuck. God, that's you know what? It's the faces that are unsettling, because I don't know what that is. But it looks like they're either doing something to each other, or there is a yet to unannounced third party who I'm truly sorry for. And that sticker is strange. I'm just gonna say thank you, Nuclear Team Cells. Oh, Teams call. Okay. So and now we've gone over. I miss the evil USB sticker. I'm pretty sure it's still there. They keep all of their stickers. They just keep adding more. It's a continuing thing. And now we're at level 2, so I'm well and truly cooked. All right, so we got to do this, and then we'll do level 2. Friday's show is the big GoFundMe Friday thing, and so we'll see how that goes and have fun with that. I got to see if I can go out Wednesday or Thursday and do... Thank you. Thank you so much. I got to see if I can go out Wednesday or Thursday and get some stuff to add. I don't have the spicy salsa anymore, and I'm not drinking. I've made a personal decision not to do any more drinking while I'm here, just for the sake of just, more motivation to get out of here. Let's do this controlled burn. Thank you so much for level 1 support, everybody. Controlled burn. Hey-o.
Mushroom beans, whatever could it mean?
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Everyone subscribe.
It's not a bad idea. Everybody subscribe. It will knock the goal out for the entire month. Thank you for the 33 months, Red Fox Mad. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and roll on a little cowbell for Red Fox Mad. Cowbell coming in. Hey-o. This is the longest running bit of the entire program because it started almost day 1. So thank you for that. Thank you for the subscription. We've got an actual show to do. Excuse me. We've got an actual show to do for you, so we're going till 3:30. Yesterday I had a variety of errands to run, and then and my brother was like, "Hey, I'm still in town," and we didn't get to hang out much. I mean, we were at Thanksgiving together, but me and my brother haven't one-on-one hung out in a long time. And so he was like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." And so I took him to lunch, and that was the whole thing. We went out to Firehouse Subs. and got some because he doesn't have a firehouse sub in his area, and we hung out for a bit. He's got one last deployment before retirement, and I wanted to see him before he went anywhere. Was you running errands? No, errands. ERANDS or ERRANDS? I don't know. Point is, yeah. What sub did he have? I don't recall. I don't memorize the orders other people make. I just paid for it. That was all it is. Thank you for his service. I don't really know how he feels about that, but I don't know. Your brother is gonna take out narco boats. Well, he's not an in the sky guy. He's an on the ground guy. He's a crew chief guy. He's a mechanic. So he just fixes the planes is what it is. So yeah, he's not going to take out nothing. Your brother needs to stay in the military. We need a guy on the inside. I don't know if he wants to be your guy on the inside. Donate subs, bits. Let's go, says Red Fox. Yeah, dude, we are at, thank you for reminding me. We are at any second now. 1 minute. We have 1 minute left in level 2. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to hit level 3 in a minute. So I'll have to do that second controlled burn in just a bit. But we're not. It's a minute. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen in that short a time frame. Get him to fix your legs. I don't think it works like that, buddy. But yeah, so. All right. I hate group text. I want to. Wow. Rusty, I knew one other person that felt your way. I get this is one of those things like can you just opt out of it, or is it like you're in a thing and you got to stick with it? Because then I get you. Big pharma this time. Cortisol in my Well, I hope you do well. Why do you think his bro doesn't have MS? What? Your brother is in the Air Force. He definitely taken the cure.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs.
Thank you, Scruffy.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
For that subscription, 30 months. That's immense. That is huge. Let me pull this down here and just say thank you, Scruffy. That came right at the end, so we ended up getting up to like I think 40 or 50%. Let's cowbell for Scruffy. Hey-oo. Red Fox, I'm mad. I don't like it if I'm honest, but I'll be honest. I played on a hockey team. We showered after the games. It wasn't uncommon. So bits and subs, let's go. Well, yeah, let's the hype train has ended, but yes, thank you. It wasn't uncommon. But I definitely not a fan. Doesn't bother me to the point where I'm like, I can't. But it just certainly, yeah. Anyways, dear Lord, that's just mean. I'm not feeling the greatest today. You can silence group texts. My mother-in-law is bad also. Yeah, dude, if you've got somebody that's chiming in on everybody's thought or just going off on masse and just like text. I hate people that tell you a whole conversation in bits and pieces in like systemic texts, especially in quick succession, where it's like, I'll send you a sentence and another sentence, another sentence, another sentence. Like, let's just cut out the middleman, write your fucking paragraph and send me the book when it's done. I'm not really, like, I'll read the message, but I hate this boo-boo-boo, boo-boo-boo. Like, all right, enough. We get it. You miss having someone to talk to. That's when it's like, that's a sign. That's a sign. You need to get out of whatever world you're in and into a real one, because clearly you need some interaction. Because it's not my job. Okay. Nope. Yeah, MSO. He threatens Alucard regularly. He's not going to do anything. Alucard runs away from people he doesn't know, and he doesn't come over here, so it won't be a problem. But thank you for your concern. Alucard's fine. I haven't seen him. He was hanging out with me before the show. I haven't seen him recently. It's midday nap time Sun's at its biggest apex for him to lay in a beam and just take a cat nap. So odds are good we might not see him for another hour or so. Speaking of time, it's time to take those pills. Let's take that. Hello, Fiery. Good to see you. I told my family I muted the family group chat on Thanksgiving. They were not pleased. I can't imagine why that would bother them. You muted the family group chat. I'm working. Johnny's the only interesting person on. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. And let's take our daily ivermectin. All righty. Speaking of December, it's Christmas in 3 weeks. Yes, we are in the month of December. The month of December has begun. Everybody's gearing up for the holidays. I need to get some shopping done for my little one. And like Donald Trump supposedly is going to try and give us $2,000. Does anyone actually think they're going to get their $2,000 Trump checks? Does anyone I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to say no to money. I'm poor shit. But does anyone actually think that's going to happen? Like, I know he says he wants to do it. Does anyone think it's going to happen? Firehouse subs are good. Good choice to go there. Well, Red Fox Matt, it was less of my choice and more his. As I was treating him to lunch, I said anything you wanted to get, and he wanted Firehouse subs. And so we went there. So I went and took a little bit out of my monthly. I save that at the end of every month amount and depreciated it slightly for someone's lunch. I'm not going to lie. Felt good about it. I felt great about it. Why? Because I won't know when I see my brother again. And if I don't see him again before he deploys, wherever he's going, then I might not see him for like months. So, I'll buy a guy a sandwich, I mean, I wish my PM would give me 2,000 pounds. But he would charge me after. I don't know, man. I don't know how it works over there. All I know is over here, supposedly Donald's very amped up about getting people money. If he wanted to eat a pizza, Jay Warren, dude, wow. It's remarkably weird. I don't know how many friends you have eating pizza off of your ass, but in this neck of the woods, my family, that would be considered gross. So I guess, what if you wanted to eat a pizza off your ass? Short answer, no. But in long form, he never would, because that's kind of weird. Just tossing it out there, all I want for Christmas is a New Year's trip to St. Cloud. Doesn't quite fit, but it's true. Well, we'll see what we can do. Message from the Canadian government. Let's tackle inflation by increasing federal debt. That's what they're doing? I mean, we've been trying it here for a while. Is that cultural appropriation? I don't really think that's allowed. You guys we've been doing it far longer, haven't we? I hope so. Because if you look at our debt and the inflation, I hope we've been doing it far longer. I pray. Otherwise, we're just really bad with money, which wouldn't surprise me. Apparently, I live in the most defrauded state in the country, it seems like. I used to think we were better than California. And then Tim Walz said, oh, well, there's a lot of great benefits. There's a lot of money here in this state. So obviously it attracts a lot. Right, which is why you should be looking out for them. And I think we actually have a report on this. People have come out and said that they legit told Tim Walz, and his administration, that this was happening. And his administration and the government above them as a whole started cracking down on whistleblowers. So that's awesome. That Sheckler's now asked the same question, but calzones. Well, all right, now you've got me in a rock and a hard place, because, I mean, pizza, but calzones. Apparently, Poilievre roasted out of the PM and Parliament. Got to go find it for tomorrow. Yeah, we could definitely do that tomorrow. Somali get more cash than Minnesotans. And lots of Illinois plates first of every month also. Alrighty then. Yeah, it's not awesome. I'm a little upset. I have to bend over backwards to get, assistance devices so I can struggle bus through my day and have to hear about whether or not I qualify for that stuff. It's like, that's the more lucrative way to go. I'm getting audited every quarter because I work online as a streamer. I'm getting what's the other stuff? I have to prove my ability to drive constantly. Despite not having so much as a speeding ticket, by the way. And I don't mean in the last 2 years. I mean no tickets. The only thing that I've done in the entirety of having my license back is I hit a fucking deer, which, as my insurance company told me, is an act of God, because those goddamn fucking giant rodents are everywhere in the winter, and what are you going to do? I've been told my entire life I have all of this white privilege, but it only feels like I have the privilege of being discriminated against and stolen from. Yeah, it is starting to seem that way a lot, where it's like, you have white privilege, you have white privilege. No, because everyone's up my ass for everything I do since I'm on assistances. And again, I feel like if I simply had, let's just throw a different name out there, like a random name that's not of a Caucasian person. Let's say my name was Muhammad. Like, I think that guy doesn't get harassed about whether or not he's capable of driving every fucking year by the state of Minnesota. That guy doesn't get double checked and double audited for every piece of equipment he has and all these stupid rules. It seems like that guy just gets to take stuff. It's weird. You have to let yourself be fucked up the ass for assistance. That's heavy, Johnny. Right? Well, it's how they charge, man. It sounds painful. It's not fun. People call them golden handcuffs. It's more of a proctology exam. I've been told my entire life I have all of... Yep, we covered that. Twitch is down. What? Twitch is down. Do it without a condom. All right, Twitch is down? I don't believe you. Yeah, no, I've got to say mine is up. Yeah, no, I've got to say my voice sounds shitty again. My voice is always worse throughout the day. No fucking joke, duh, of course. It's obviously partially the smoking. Like, I've smoked more now since last time that I was on stream, which is why I should maybe not go back to smoking in the mornings. Change your name to johnny-krutches. That could work. That could work. Oh, Twitch went down again, though. Yeah, Twitch is being a little laggy. What the hell? I'm looking at the KBS. We're good on that. I don't understand. We did have a dip. So that's what's part of it. It's dip. It spun for a second, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on them. I've got them all up. I appreciate you, though, for letting me know. It is mighty white of you. It's fucking racist. Oh, come on. Now who's being a cunt? All right, close that. We don't need that window open. Change your name to Johnny Packy. I don't think that works. But we pay and pay and pay and pay. Yeah. Oh, wait, you're talking to Digger. You and Digger having a side convo. I'm sorry. I tell them I'm muting their asses, and if they start a new thread. Oh. I don't even want to know where. I tolerate my mother-in-law. She's too old to understand. She looks stupid. She tries to hubby lots of money and I can tolerate it for a few more years. All right, so apparently that's what we going on. There we go. Caught up with all the chats. All right. I'm completely lost on that Rumble one. It's because there's a crosstalk thing there. A lot of people excited to see Digger. This is why I keep telling her she should do this thing with me more often, because a lot of times she goes in the chats, and then the chats and her are like a thing, and it's like you're already there. Just go the extra step and just include me in the whole. I mean, because why wouldn't you? You know, but fuck me. All right. Anyways, so we've got a couple of things. One, we have a story about Hawk Tuah girl, so we can catch up on her. I don't know what you've heard, but we've got some information. We've got a story about a freaking an FBI. Like, apparently people were injured at a toddler's birthday party. You can. No, don't autoplay an ad. So that's a little bit of a bummer. We'll play that in a bit. Instagram thing. We're gonna try and bail out of less serious stuff quick there because it gets bad. We've got a Waymo driver, and you might be saying, Johnny, Waymos don't have drivers. Right, but wait till you find out where Waymo took their passenger. And then we have an Australian being charged. I want to find out how people feel how this. An Australian being charged for, in my opinion, doing his job. So Hawk Tuah got R-worded? I don't believe so, Jay Warren. You tend to be a little saucy. I don't think so. How do we fix Minnesota if everyone is so radical in Minnesota politics? I mean, there's communities that are set up as voting blocks. I don't know that we do. Like, honestly, I don't know that we do. And even if you get, like, let's say you vote in better people. Let's say you somehow pull off better people, whether those are Republicans, Democrats, I'm not going to say. But let's say you get what I want, walls out, and someone better in, regardless of their political denomination. They already have to come into what is going to arguably be a dumpster fire. The giant surplus that we had is gone. We're running at a budget deficit. You might have God knows what in penalties and fines from the federal government, or at least deductions in federal government support because of all this fraud crap. So yeah, man, good luck to you. The ship's sinking. Prosecute corruption, deport illegals, denaturalize people who are anti-America, strict penalties for corruption. You'll get none of those. Well, maybe you might get the prosecute corruption part. Maybe. I doubt that. We're kind of getting the deport illegals with the ICE stuff, but yeah, I don't know. You asked how to fix it. That's how to do it. Well, to be fair, and thank you for answering the question, Scruffy. I appreciate your input. I didn't ask how to fix it. Red Fox Mad wanted to know how to fix it. But thank you. We have a couple of things to get into. So Hawk Tuah, as I was saying, Hawk Tuah is getting sued for $10 million. Apparently after snitching on herself. So this story came out yesterday. You may not have heard about it. Haley Welsh, better known as the Hawk Tuah girl, found herself in serious legal trouble after being added to a federal class action lawsuit related to a cryptocurrency scheme. In a surprising twist, the law firm she cooperated with has now turned against her and is using the information that she provided to include her as a defendant in the $10 million case. So your lawyers literally betray, like, isn't that gets you in trouble, doesn't it? You can't. Your lawyers turned on you? You got your lawyers to turn on you? The lawsuit centers around the catastrophic launch of a Solana-based meme coin that Welsh promoted to her millions of followers, according to court filings. Welsh's company, 16 Minutes LLC, that's a bad sign, signed a meme token creation and monetization agreement with Meme Labs nearly 5 months before the token launched. The contract allegedly paid Welsh $125,000 up front, with an additional $200,000 upon meeting promotional milestones, plus 50% lifetime profit share tied to trading activity. 50%, that's a remarkable amount. The Hawk token was marketed as a transformational cultural token that would integrate with Welsh's podcast to offer subscription-style benefits. However, lawsuits claims that the token lacked any technical components to deliver on these premises. Within 15 minutes of launch, the token soared to market capitalization of $498 million before immediately collapsing 93% in value. The suit alleges this wasn't due to mismanagement, but was intentionally designed to crash, allowing insiders to cash out during the initial frenzy. So it was a bait coin. She bait and switched you. Oh, no. Why did the lawyers turn on her? The lawsuit further alleges that wallets involved in the Hawk token scheme were connected to multiple other cryptocurrency scams. Meanwhile, Welsh's career is completely collapsed. Yeah, I don't care about that. Why did the lawyers switch sides? I just want to know why the lawyers backed up. That's a dirtbag thing to do, to be like, we're going to take you on as a client, we're going to defend you, and then they're like, never mind, we're going to just turn our backs on you. So they put her name on the case instead of Logan Paul. Logan Paul is behind all of this, says St. Caesar. I don't know. Yeah, Jay Warren, that was the joke. Thank you for getting it. Logan Paul's involved with this one specifically, or several of these coins. This is another reason why cryptocurrency, I view this, whether Logan Paul's behind it or whatever, there's probably a handler. And if Logan Paul's the one behind it and we're talking about her, then there's definitely a handler. But I think this is a thing to just to devalue cryptocurrency as a whole, to give it a black mark. You can't trust half of it. So the government's going to have to come in and regulate it and make the official government digital currency. It's backed by the lies of politicians. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay Warren. I'm just not feeling the greatest today. How about you? Seem like you're on one today. We'll let you take a nice little time out for the day. Later, homie. See you tomorrow. Logan Paul got her to do her podcast and the Bitcoin too. Well, if you've got proof of that, that's more of a deep dive than I have committed right now, so I don't have any of that information. But if you have proof of that, that's actually interesting. That might be worth looking into. Could be worth looking. Logan Paul owns the podcast network that Hawk 2 was part of. So Red Scooper is saying the same thing. So yeah. Logan Paul is the mastermind. So I'm sorry if nobody's talking, like, this article isn't mentioning Logan Paul in this at all. Although it's supposed to be about her getting sued $10 million after snitching on herself. But the thing is, she didn't snitch on herself. She hired lawyers that changed teams. Just feels like they had a conflict. Well, I suppose they had we have a duty-bound right to produce. Who knows? CBDC is what will fix our debt, says Balls Deep. Cash-based digital currency. And hello, Eugene Stoner. Tinfoil hat, the lawyers turned on her because Logan Paul is a big client. She is a nobody. That is kind of what everyone else is saying, Digger. The YouTube that exposes Bitcoin scams exposed this months ago. You're talking about, what is that, CoffeeZilla? CoffeeZilla is the guy that exposes, like, financial scams and stuff, right? CBDCs are bad ideas. The government will make your savings have an expiration date, and your money will be programmable. Well, yeah, they're also going to tie it to, that's when we'll have our social credit scores and all of that stuff. You will own nothing and be happy. That's kind of the plan. And my point is that this ship has sailed for that destination. And right now we argue about, are we on the left side of the line or the right side of the line? Meanwhile, we're heading inexplicably right to that destination. And so for a while been like, well, I guess we're not going to turn the ship around. So that I've been promised, like a Vikings fan, too many times. We're going to turn the ship around. We're going to right the wrongs. We're going to correct the overcorrections. And it's one side of the road or the other. The destination's still the same. What's truly changed? Only the scenery. Yeah, CoffeeZilla. He wasn't to call out Logan Paul for his scams. Okay. Anyways, so Logan Paul owns the owns the podcast network. She got in over her head and got used. Yeah, dude. She totally got in over her head and got used. But I mean, again, like, I feel bad for her, but I don't. Because on the other hand, you got your fame based off of talk about giving somebody like a sloppy knob job. So why would we bother? I don't know. She tried the music thing. It didn't work. Credit to her, though. She saw a chance to strike. The iron was hot. She did. She just, I don't know, should have had somebody smarter along for the ride. I've always said it's okay to be dumb, but you have to be self-aware. You can't be obliviously stupid. If you're stupid and self-aware and you question a lot of what you do all the time, then you're like, hey, there might be someone who knows more than me. I should look into that. And it just, that goes better. I agree with Digger. Which one was Digger saying? On which chat? I got 3 chats with her in it. Which one are we checking? Digger saying, which one Wild Saffron was the one who had said. I mean, you're right, Rusty Grammar. Jay Warren could donate to the program. Here's where it is. Jay Warren's just one of those like, oh, I type really up shit, and it's like, right. I don't think he'd say it to me in person. I know I'm not intimidating. I'm not saying I could step to him. No, I'm just saying I don't think he'd behave that way in person. But when he's got like the internet to brace himself with, it's kind of a thing. It's a bit much today. I've had a lot of muscle spasms and a lot of pain to the point where I went out and got some stuff. Like I've been trying to. I have a certain amount of money that I budget for my expenses every month, and I try not to exceed that budget. I exceeded it. I'm a horrible person twice now. Yesterday and today. Yesterday to take my brother to lunch. I don't apologize for that. I fed my brother. Fuck you. And then today. That's where it's not okay. Scruffy people are stupid. Yeah. What good is owning a gun if your CBDCs are programmed to be on decline when trying to buy freedom fighters and guns? You've got a point. That's a funny thing. We were talking, uh-oh. No offense, homie. Thank you for hanging up promptly, because I ain't supposed to be doing calls right now. I got me a show to go. We do have the PayPal and the Venmo and stuff pinned to all the chats. Thank you, Smiles, a lot for you for the I just realized this is Canadian. The $4.90 or $3.99. Thank you so much. Z central bankers own all Z monies. Yeah, that's what we've heard. That is what we've heard. You know what? We'll just call it good there. We'll see how it goes. I swear Whitney Cummings tried to do a podcast with her. That would be weird. Whitney Cummings has a lot more historically white. Whitney Cummings has way more people. I mean, if Hawk to a girl turned down Whitney Cummings, she's retarded. Like, if no offense, and here's what I don't think Whitney Cummings is particularly funny. Like, and that's as a personal opinion. That's not. She's funny if you like her stuff. Good for you. Like, but like, it's not for me, and that's fine. We all have different taste. But she's way bigger, just by any metric you can measure, than anybody else. Like, if Whitney Cummings tried to do a podcast with her, was it that she tried to and that Hawk Tuah sucked? I could buy that. But dear Lord, if she had like a I'm bigger than that thing, like, then you're retarded. You are fucking retarded. Let me tell you. If this is what you want to get into and you want to do as a source of revenue, you are awfully interestingly. If I was moving around like a normal person, I'd probably still be doing the comedy and the DJ stuff, and this would still be just like we do it for fun, and I can tell you where you can find me to catch some good tunes or have a laugh, and that's, oh boy. God, I'd love to know. I think it was right before the crypto scandal. So she was feeling herself, and she what? Oh, that's just, please, dear Lord, let that be true. That would be karmatic justice of all, like the greatest of all time. Joseph Caravello, Johnny-krutches, my man, great show today. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Good to see you. We're going for another what is it? Another 2 hours and 45 minutes. Is that how math works? Yeah, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So glad you enjoyed the show this morning. The new schedule is working very well. I like it. It goes well. It's nice. So it's a fun thing. If it works well for Aaron, then all the better. I tend to wake up before. It's not like I'm pushing myself to get up, and my body's a pain in the dick. Her lawyer got a call from the government. That's why they flipped. Really? Oh, yeah, that's just what I was saying. It means you have time to stay in bed. I get a little extra time. I'm not the most like able-bodied morning person, and unfortunately with my condition, it makes it even worse. So this is, it's an easier go. Anyhow, we got that done. Close out Hawk to a Girl. So Hawk to a Girl's done. We've got an unfortunate story that we have to do. There's a manhunt underway in California. I don't know if I want to do this. Just because, like, I was going to do this story, and I don't care. There's a manhunt underway in California that leaves 4 people dead, including 3 children. I don't really want to. The FBI has a $50,000 reward. This is, there was a mass shooting at a kid's birthday. Yeah. I don't know that I really want to report this. Unless someone's really itching to see and hear about it. I mean, there's nothing I can say that'll change it or do it. Like, undo it, I mean. Weird freaking brain. It's literally causing me, like, is it because I have a kid and a toddler's birthday party? Just fucking messed up. Yeah, I've been over that a bunch. Short version, met him at comedy shows, had a mess, started doing the thing. No, thank you. Yeah, I don't. Did they find a man yet? You know what? We'll read through parts of it here and see. It doesn't. The manhunt is still underway in Stockton, California. The FBI has a $50,000 reward. 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old. It was a 2-year-old's birthday party. It's just ridiculous. And I mean, we can make all the same stupid whatever jokes, and it doesn't change it. Dear Lord, I just don't think I can. I thought I'd have more ability to do that, but it's just fucked. I'm gonna guess you're right there, Scruffy. Skip it. I'd rather goof on my small penis. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam Simon. That the mention was enough. It's messed up. What is wrong with you that you gotta? It's a 2-year-old's birthday party. Just what sin could they have committed to deserve that retribution in that location? Did they have high levels of melanin? Well, it was in California. You take a guess. Scruffy, if the shooter was white, we'd know already. So, Yeah, that is one of the jokes we can make. I'll say this. From the looks of the photos, yeah, I don't think that was the neighborhood. So if you're looking for that angle, don't worry, it's there too. I always say, don't hate stereotypes, hate the motherfuckers that enforce them. Just gave Reese a chew log. He's happy as a clam. I don't know who Reese is, but I'm glad Reese is happy, and I hope he enjoys his chew log. I'd rather goof on his small penis too. Don't need to hear about this. Well, Digger, I was about to say something really that could be taken badly. So I'm gonna opt out. I've got a chance to opt out, so I'm gonna opt out. Instead, I'm gonna do this. So Odell Beckham Jr. went on a podcast and he wanted to explain to people what it's like to make 100 million, and says, if you can believe this or not, guys, it's really hard to make that work. And at first I was like, well, dude, come on. And actually, you know what?
Like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, that you have to spend, use,
Save,
invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being
No, don't scroll down.
real. I'm gonna buy a car. I'm gonna get my mama a house.
$12 million a year. How many cars and houses do you need? And I don't know, like, again, I understand flaunt. Like, do you have to have a ginormous, like, $40 million mansion? Or could you maybe, I don't know, get by on a regular house?
I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really $40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, And now you start breaking down the numbers. It's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting $8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime. Yeah, this job that I sacrificed my...
Right. That would last a lifetime. We aren't in your position. I understand. But again, you should be aware. It's not like your job being only 5 years long is a secret. This isn't unknown. I can hear the double-digit IQ. You know what? I thought I felt a familiarity with him. So thank you, Scruffy, for saying that. It makes me feel a lot better about my sensation. Bro made more money in 1 year than people make in a lifetime, and crying poor. Did he retire? I believe so.
A whole life for it. They are giving me that. I didn't ask for the certain dollar amount or whatever, but we weren't taught about no financial literacy and all the way. We weren't
talk about it all the time.
We weren't taught this skill, and it's kind of like...
Right. Because you spent all your time being a football player, so you didn't learn about any of that. But did you not have the wherewithal to find someone who did? A money manager? Somebody? Like, believe it or not, you can afford, Odell Beckham, to pay somebody to manage your money. Somebody whose sole job is to look at your money like a tiny little shrub. And when you make your $12 million that year in your contract, whatever, and you get that pile of cash, they grow it into other things. When you need to spend money, you contact them. They make sure you don't, waste it on flaunting it needlessly. Hello, St. Aaron. I'm so pissed. My garage is so small. Where am I supposed to park my 6 Lamborghinis? One man's 10K is OBJ's 12 million. Well, apparently. All of these guys have an agent and an accountant. I think it's safe to assume every time they warned him to stop spending money, he ignored them. Oh, totally. And it's all his fault now that, you can't make that work and we weren't trained how to manage money. That only carries so far. Like, if you weren't trained how to manage money and you have a bank account with a load of money, you need to either A, learn to manage it, or B, get someone to do it. And one of, like I said, the beautiful privileges, and I have privilege? My fucking Jesus Christ. I went to fucking business math in high school. That's all. Like, I learned how to balance a checkbook, and I have privilege? What the fuck is this shit? Cleaning my house is difficult. 15 maids, and the house has 2 zip codes. I need to buy a bigger house. I just don't have room for the space. All right. Interesting. Al, yes, Al Card's here for those who wanted to. Al, you want to just jump in, like, the show? Like, here, we'll do the whole. I put my legs up for you and everything. Like, we did the damn thing. Yeah, hold on a second. There. Come on. Well, join us in. What? Are we? Should you stay or should you go now? Look, dude, this is holding us up. Here, we're either doing this or we're not, buddy. Come on. Come on up. There you go. All right. Hey everybody. It's the daily Al check-in. If you could just stop yelling in the morning, it would make my life way easier, buddy. I would appreciate it. All right. Breaking news. Donald Trump is no longer funding Ukraine. Yeah, and I'll believe that funding stops when I see it. But I agree with Scruffy. Good. You know what? I have a hard and fast rule of not clicking on links from Saint Caesar, but fuck it.
Problem with a war that our people are trying to settle now with Russia and Ukraine. We are not involved in the war monetarily anymore. Biden gave away $350 billion like it was candy. That's a massive amount of money. And much of it in cash, a lot of it in equipment. I don't give away anything. We sell the equipment to NATO. The European nations pay us for the equipment, 100% price. And then they bring it to Ukraine or whatever they do with it. But we're trying to get that settled. I've settled 8 wars. This would be the 9th, and our people are over.
Yeah, let's ignore the fact that you're trying to start one with Venezuela. All right, look, I know you like to take your victory laps, but I've got some questions and some issues. So how about we get this skinny? I'll tell you what, I'm loving the Ukraine thing. I apologize if it seems like I'm shitting on you for this, but let's.
Russia right now to see if we can get it settled. Not an easy situation. Let me tell you, what a mess. It's a war that never would have happened if I were president. Not even a chance. And it didn't happen.
That is an interesting thought experiment. Because think about it. Without Biden in office to be, as some people think, in some people's opinion, Obama's puppet, or to be, as some people think, in some people's opinion, maybe or maybe not mine, like money grubbing, pocket lining mofo. If you have Trump in, that is harder to do. It's more of a wild card. But yeah, I agree with Brian. It would have happened right after Trump's second term. Yeah, I could have weathered the storm. The whole scheme and setup could have weathered the storm. They'd need new actors, though, because Biden wouldn't have been up to it. Who do you get in turn instead of Biden? That's a good question. The war would have started, but Trump would not have helped Ukraine. There's another possibility, because we did put the people in the people and the stuff in place to get the ball rolling. But then there are some people that wonder if Biden actually won that first election. Why would they have rigged it, though? I don't know.
Happened for 4 years. We have a problem with a war that our...
Oh, okay, so that's the entire clip. So, does this actually... Donald Trump is no longer funding the war in Ukraine. I don't know if that's necessarily accurate. and we'll see what it changes. Rob Holler 9. Hi, I like your show. Well, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the program. Happy to have you here. Throw a like. I'd say a subscription. I still haven't figured out why we can't have those. I have to check with YouTube. They're probably pissed at me. But we do have subscriptions on Rumble and on Twitch. Twitch also has the stickers. The fun time that is all of the stickers. So have yourselves a fun time with that. Catch up with Rob Holler, best part of my day. It's all right. He's not changing policy though. Trump says he sells the weapons rather than just donating them. He's going to keep doing the same thing, and technically the US isn't involved monetarily. The U.S. isn't involved monetarily. But are you saying that's what he's saying now or what they'll be saying then? Because if they're buying our weapons, well, I suppose no, because he's selling them to Ukraine. Or not, screw me. He's selling them to the UN. And the UN is defending Ukraine. So, yeah, he's not technically involved directly. We're just supplying the tools that they're buying from our friend. Or that they're getting donated from our friend who bought them from us. That's like saying, look, I don't sell weapons to Ted Clampett, all right? I sold them to my brother Todd, and Todd went over and gave them to him. So if you've got a problem with it, you take it up with Todd. I'm just selling stuff to Todd. It's a sketchy system. I don't know if that'll work. But the U.S. is the main country in NATO. So yeah, he's billing everyone else in NATO? That's a weird thing. Who signs the check? Who signs off on this in NATO? Like, do the nations get to pick which ones in NATO sign off on NATO spending? Because I imagine they all have an amount that they give to NATO. So in a way, aren't we kind of buying our own guns with some of that money? Very slick, very snake oil salesman. It does seem like we're buying the guns with some of our money and a bunch of other people's money. And we're giving them to Ukraine, and we're going, we don't support the war. Oh, and Matthew Q saying, and the training, and the money for their police and fire department. Yeah, are we still funding their government and keeping that propped up? Because, like, ours is burning down around us. We might want to focus on that one. War is a great way to launder money. I don't doubt it. And I thought they were doing that before. I was hoping it would end now. I am an idiot. I am an idiot to think that it would end now. Why stop now? Just start paying off other people. How do I get my face on that teat? I just need a good couple suckles off of that teat, and I'm set for life. I got myself low needs. A small parcel of my own and a solid chair. Let's see, Alabama. Hey, yeah, welcome. Jag stays busy busting senior officers. For what? The money laundering stuff? Not surprising. Easy way to kind of move a few things around. Especially when you have things like our horrible exit from Afghanistan and stuff, where we leave so much shit behind, where we pull out in such a clusterfuck of a mess that so much stuff just up and fucker disappears. The majority of NATO funding comes from the U.S., a.k.a. U.S. taxpayers. So, yeah, we are buying our own weapons. Thank you, Donald Trump. Sounds great. Sounds great, buddy. Biden was just giving them the weapons. I'm instead saying, let's take the money that the American taxpayers have given to NATO, and let's just buy weapons with our own money. So we're paying, and by the way, we're paying full price. I love how he sold the extra, like the full screwing us over thing is a benefit. That's just hats off to the man. That is an amazing way to twist it. Remember the Iran cancer problem? Left lives behind in Afghanistan. Not cool. Yeah, dude. A lot of horrible shit. Soldiers were held accountable to supplies that they weren't allowed to take because they didn't have room because they were taking refugees and other people. So it's no longer the U.S. using taxpayer money to fund weapons to Ukraine. The U.S. is sending taxpayer money to NATO, and NATO will use that to arm Ukraine. Right? Yeah, Jelly, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's but hey, now it looks better on paper. Looks better on paper, guys. So it doesn't matter now. Like, we're going to just use the taxpayer-funded money from NATO to buy the weapons. So we're not really giving them to Ukraine. Ukraine will still have the weapons and still use the weapons. And the people on the receiving end of the weapons may view the country of the weapons' origin as somewhat culpable in this whole thing. But hey, cool. At least we didn't do it directly. And we paid full price to do it. I always forget that. Can we pull out of NATO? Just don't feel like NATO's another one. America seemed like it was cool, but now it seems like we've got too many friends that get us into shit that we don't need to be in. We know who one of them is. We won't bother mentioning it. I don't want my stream suddenly closed. But the other one, NATO. Like, can we let that go? In Afghanistan, we destroyed all the cryptological equipment. The trucks and such are disposable. Right. St. Aaron. French weapons, German weapons, all made in USA. I mean, kind of. Abel Graham, Trump found the infinite money glitch. That would be worrisome. I need the infinite money glitch. Not even greedy. No, I was impressed. The NFL would set that up for the rookies. I wouldn't have thought a giant like that would give. What? What did the NFL set up for the rookies? Investments that bring you a check every month. Whoa. All right. Animal style, in and out. Yeah, throw that one up there. But hey, isn't Trump forcing the rest of the NATO countries to pay up now? It should all work out fine. Trust the plan. Yeah, but I seriously doubt they're putting in that much money. Be nice if they did, but yeah, I don't believe it. Anyways, so that was the Odell Beckham thing. We covered that. And then we got the Trump thing because of St. Caesar's. Thank you for that. We're into the second hour. We've got a couple of other stories to talk about. I don't know that I really want to do this one today. See, I read a story that said police found 900 pounds of meth. And then they said Atlanta. And I'm like, are you sure you didn't say Minnesota? That seems like a lot of meth for Atlanta. But it was in a shipment of blackberries parked outside a residential home. Okay. Meth, another bad example of place to hide meth from police, is in a giant refrigerated truck full of blackberries parked outside your house in Atlanta. Okay, now I do need to know. So this drug bust, and by the way, whoever made this picture, bravo to you. The dog just, all I wanted was some blackberries. This drug bust happened capable to this dog. Apparently those blackberries led to more blackberries. I don't know what that means. The FBI said that 300 kilos of meth were found in another refrigerated truck outside a business in MacIver Road. Oh, so they saw another truck and they checked. The blackberries are believed to have been brought in from Mexico, and Juan Hernandez, 40, and Nelson Sorto, 36, are in very big trouble. Aw. So that was the name of the drivers. So they found, how did they find the truck? Where's the other part of the story where they found the truck? They just, what was it? 4 kilos were found, a shipment of blackberries inside a refrigerated truck. What tipped him off to the truck? Just the dog? Or the fact that it was parked outside someone's house? I suppose that's another one. Okay, so they brought a drug-sniffing dog past a truck parked outside someone's house, and then, boom. Well, these were blackberries, not blueberries. They were blackberries. 900 pounds of meth. That's not enough. It's Atlanta, says Matthew Q. Yeah, that's why I thought they were talking about, fuck. I thought they were talking about, like a smaller place, like St. Cloud. All right, it's the Waymo driver thing. This one's scary. I keep saying I don't like auto-driving vehicles, and they keep trying to push these, like, self-driving taxis, and it's a matter of time till something bad happens. And we have a video of something bad that could have happened. Nothing bad did happen, but oh boy, could it have gone bad. So we'll get to that in a minute. We have our second and third hour stories as well. We're going until 4:30 today. Digger joining us tomorrow. And sorry about yesterday being off. But that means our goal is at $25 for this Friday. And this Friday is the big torture myself stream. I was really hoping to get my hands on some Malort for this Friday stream. But I don't think we will. I am not shaving, though, for the stream. It's driving me nuts. So we'll be doing that. We'll have the beans and other stuff. See what we do. Oy vey for what? What did Rusty Grammer say? Did someone mention litigation? I thought I smelled money. Uh-oh. They're having some interesting chats over there on the Rumble chat. It's always difficult to keep up with the Rumble chat. And it is fun to do this, but I like I said, and I've told her this before, she should just do the program. She's going to be in the chat. Because my girl sidetracked. She sandbags me. She doesn't even mean it. I love her. About $2.8 million in dough. For what? For 900 pounds of meth? It seems low. Just 2.8 million? Huh. I guess meth is not that expensive. You know what? Never bought it, so wouldn't know. Wouldn't know if that's right, wrong, or high or low. Well, I was stupid to think I could. Johnny, did you see Dr. Labglass left a couple of monetary prescriptions? Oh, I missed that. Let me go up and check. I sent up. Yep, missed the 10 too. So we'll do a little salute for that. I did say the $10 one, I thought, but if not, $10 from Labglass. Touch Tips Tuesday, or tits if you're flamboyant. So there we go. And then I did miss this 5 though. Johnny, I sent 10 earlier on here. Love you and your anus. Mwah. Now I wish I hadn't read that one. But thank you for those two and reminding me to catch those. Thank you for all of that. Our goal is at 25, so that and the hype train earlier will all help knock that down. And then Fridays are like we get ahead of the month. And this month it worked out really, really well. We were ahead like the whole month. It's like we're literally coming up to it where like by next week we'd start doing like a goal on the show day. So it's nice that we do it this way. I like it this way. It's fun. And then during the week we just kind of, all of the little trickles in finish off the rest of the month. All right, so Waymo driver. This is again. This is this has got to be a setup, right? This has got to be a setup. So apparently there's a standoff between police and a hostage situation or just a barricaded armed individual. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, and a Waymo car just decided to go right in between the cops and the situation.
Waymo? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the f is that Waymo doing?
Did it almost hit the guy that they were arresting? He was already on the ground, though.
Oh my god. What the?
All right, you made it sound like he was in the crossfire. Not really. Well, I guess anybody over on this side immediately. But they're not going to shoot at the Waymo car. I know this. If you're in the back of the Waymo car, you're probably shooting bricks, man. You're just laying out bricks in your pants because, dear Lord. Digger, LMAO, I feel so bad for the... Why did you capitalize the so bad part? Did you mean it with extra oomph, or is that sarcasm? I feel like with you, I could take it either way. Yeah, meth is a relatively cheap drug. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Buying a pound of meth is around $3,000, says Mr. Q. Never touched the stuff, so I wouldn't know. Would not know. Waymo's AI will release a statement saying no one was harmed and the vehicle operated as intended. Yeah, Jelly for the Waymo's company and the AI that writes the press releases will all just be like, no, look, the important part is nobody was harmed because now, and listen to me, everything functioned as intended. The Waymo saw the police officers, knew to turn and avoid the situation. The Waymo saw the guy on the ground, knew to avoid driving over him like a bag of groceries, and then proceeded on the next logical route to help get the customer to their destination, because let's face it, it's all about expediency. Everybody's got things going on. This guy's got to get booked into jail. The cops got to arrest him, do some paperwork, and this asshat's got to go get to his mistress on time so his wife doesn't find out. What? But I had dude my partying too, but if I have no idea what we're talking about. Meth is a poor man's drug. Coke is rich people's, and weed just brings everyone together. I view weed so low on the drug totem pole. We've done a lot to amp up weed, way more than like we've ever done to like cigarettes and nicotine. But here's the difference. Like the reason we didn't do that with cigarettes and nicotine, because there's no really, really, really good nicotine high that you just need more. Nicotine's potent enough in itself that it's like, yeah, let's not say we did. A little goes a long way. But cigarettes are just tip of the iceberg with that. But with weed, they had we always had to get more high. Now they have Waymo problems. They absolutely do. St. Aaron, meth is a poor man's drug. Digger agrees. But why buy it when you can make it? I've only watched, I want to say the first 3 or 4 seasons of Breaking Bad. I don't quite know how to make meth yet. I just, first of all, I think I have to become a science teacher, and then I have to get cancer, and then I can start making meth, right? It seems labor intensive, and I'm lazy, so I'm definitely not doing it. Cities use advanced sensors and software to navigate safely. They're not. No, they navigate Ryan. They navigate totally safely. They didn't drive over that guy. A couple of weeks ago we hit a cat. This time we didn't drive over that guy. That's progress. That is progress. This asshole could have been street pizza. He's going to spend his night in the lockup. It's all because of Waymo. How funny would that be if he saw the Waymo coming and that's why he gave up? He's like, fuck it, I'm putting my gun down, Waymo. Oh, no, not a kitty. Yeah. You didn't hear about that? I think it was in San Francisco that a Waymo hit a cat, like a beloved like grocery store, like a Vietnamese grocery store has a cat, which I'll say this, I know in inner city environments, like, oh, it's fine. No, it isn't. Don't. I get that they deter mice, and so there's that advantage. I just worry. It's really easy to not be clean enough to, in my opinion, for a public space for a cat. Just don't have a cat, like a store cat. Lubchenko, he didn't see the guy on the ground because he was black. So then why did he miss him? Because was he aiming for him, and he lost him? Or I have recent reports a digger is smuggling Christmas trees. Says Officer Krupke. That'd be pine nuts. No, Johnny, I didn't. Oh, well, yeah. I wonder if we can find that. Since you missed it. But do we have any facts worth reporting? Oh, LA rioters call Waymo cars to set them on fire. That's funny. Driverless taxi caused a backup at a Santa Monica Chick-fil-A. Got stuck in the drive-thru. Yep. Nope. Do we have littering and smoking the reefer? We don't have it in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and close out you and see if we can find Waymo. Oh, that's right. Waymo hits cat. It's cat in San Francisco. Yep. So this is from... Oh, dude, they hit a dog San Francisco literally 19 hours ago after killing a bodega cat. Let's go to this video if there is a video. Nope. Never mind. Just an article. Dog was struck by a fully autonomous Waymo taxi in San Francisco on Monday night. Remarkable. Nominate women. Nominate women in your community. My daughter? She's a remarkable woman, but she's a little young, so I'd prefer to not. You guys can just give her some time to grow. She'll see you in a while. All right. A dog was struck by a fully autonomous Waymo taxi in San Francisco Sunday night after Waymo spokesperson confirmed the incident, telling KRON4 that, or Kron4. Kron! Anyways, telling Kron4 that the small dog was unleashed and in the roadway when it was hit. Yeah, but that's, again, did the car try to stop, or did the AI take this weird, sick pleasure in ending a life? That's what I want to know. One person is being evaluated after a possible vehicle versus pedestrian crash. That would be interesting. The well-being and safety of our community is what drives us, the spokesperson said. That and the souls of dead puppies. Unfortunately, a Waymo vehicle made contact with a small... No, it didn't make contact. It made street pizza out of the thing. It killed the bitch. It made contact with a small unleashed dog in the roadway. We are dedicated to learning from this situation and how we show up for our community as we continue improving road safety in the cities we serve. This incident comes just weeks after a beloved cat known as the Mayor of 16th Street was struck and killed by a Waymo in San Francisco's Mission District. I was hoping we had a picture of the cat. He had a cool name. The mayor of what was it? The mayor of 16th Street? Yeah, the mayor of 16th Street. Just fucking... So that's a shitty thing, but yeah. Didn't expect to go look at that and find update. We have a dead dog. Cali has a leash law. Not supposed to have owners off leash. Owners fault. Still, it's just a bit much. Digger. Officer Krupke is saying Digger is now America's most wanted smuggler. I severely doubt that. It had a kinetic interaction with a friendly feline. Look, the car just wanted to hug the cat. I told you, Lenny, you hug them too hard. Small dog / toddler, basically the same thing, though. Would they say the car made contact with a small child? No, then the car tried to intervene for the child's safety. The child became agitated and unruly. The AI had to protect itself. Babies just disguised so they can steal your catalytic converter. AI isn't programmed to have empathy or to value life. Right? That's why they didn't care if they almost drove over a police suspect that they were trying to put into custody, and if crossfire bullets might have taken out the passenger. He didn't care. He just has a destination to get to. Like I said, that guy's got to cheat on his wife. Rusty grammar. If it wasn't for those wooden doors. Oh. Hi, Richard. Hi, Digger and Johnny. Digger, as you may have noticed, not with us. She's in the chats. She is here, as you can see over there, but not on the screen. She had appointments to get to today. Yesterday, I was off, obviously, so you didn't get to see her yesterday. I apologize for that. I had a couple of things to do, and I wanted to hang out with my brother, so that's pretty much what we did. I spent the day hanging out with my brother. We watched. He'd never seen Willy's Wonderland. He's a big Nick Cage fan, and I feel like if you're a Nicolas Cage fan, he has a litany of movies you don't need to consider watching. But one I would put on the list is Willy's Wonderland. It's surreal. It's a one-off. It's not set up to be multiple films. It can't ever work again. It's beautiful because of its ephemeral nature, that it only works for this one time. Can we send a few of these into for reason? Can we send a few of what? Oh, a few of the Waymos? I don't like the cut of what you're implying. So I was going to say jib, but that didn't make any sense. This is the thing. Do I understand why you say it? Yes. Yes, I do. But I don't like the idea of encouraging the computers, the machines, and the drones. Well, come on up, kitten. Come on up, Tegra. You gonna jump up here or not? Can we reach the kitty? Come on, I gotta do a thing, so either jump in my lap or don't, but make up your mind. See if I can straighten up my legs. They don't want to move. Make up your mind, cat. We gotta do this thing. Kick-Ass 1 in a Nick Cage. Kick-Ass 1 is a Nick Cage must-watch. Kick-Ass 1 is good, but again, just the entire execution and premise of his character and the whole setup for the movie is a good run. It's an amazingly funny movie. Is it a chair you make the AI sit and watch? Wait a minute, what are we talking about? If you're trying, just come here, kitten. I don't have the cord reach I normally have. Come here. Then run away. Then run away. I don't have the cord reach I normally have. I can't pick up. And I give you the nature that is cat. Won't jump up here. Won't jump up here. I reach for a couple of times. I'm like, all right, then run away. And then she comes up. Hey, Teg. And then she comes jumping right up. Couldn't frickin' get up here when I asked, but as soon as I give up, she's like, all right, I'm in. Fucking cats. All right, so Drive is good. I don't know, oh, you mean Drive Angry. Or are we talking Gone in 60 Seconds? It's so hard to be clear. All right, anyways, speaking of Drive, though, we have an interesting story. An Australian police officer has been found guilty of, quote, dangerous driving for a 20 22 incident where he parked in a car path of an indigenous teenager who was riding a stolen bicycle. Or no, a stolen trail bike. He parked in the path of? So he just blocked the car. So
New South Wales police officer has been found guilty of dangerous driving causing the death of Indigenous teenager Jai Kalani Wright. The 16-year-old was riding a stolen trail bike when he hit a police car that was driven by Officer Benedict Bryant in Alexandria in February 2022. This is in Sydney. And Jai later died in hospital after suffering serious head injuries from the crash. Now, Bryant was charged. He pleaded not guilty to dangerous driving.
Yeah, what's dangerous about that? He's in the vehicle that got hit. I feel like the motorbike racing toward him may have played a factor. His vehicle wasn't moving. Digger saying, you've got to use reverse psychology with cats and hope they don't catch on. Well, apparently they do. Soft, wow, words mean things. Wait a minute, what? Now I'm not sure what I understand what's going on. She's a very soft cat. What did I say about soft? Wait, he rode a stolen ATV into a police car, but the cop is in trouble. Yes, and not an ATV, a trail bike. So it's like a dirt bike. Yeah, he rode a stolen motorcycle into a police car. The police officer who parked the car in his path was to block him from not escaping. He was determined to do it, and he forgot that unlike GTA, you can't just YOLO into a cop car and walk away. So he's not doing well. And by not doing well, I mean he's no longer with us. It can't be dangerous driving if he's not driving. Right? The car was the car was stationary.
Occasioning death, and he and other officers were instructed not to pursue the boy, which they didn't, but he created a roadblock with his car. And the Crown argued that the cause of the collision was that decision to establish a roadblock, which...
No, the cause of the collision was the dumpster fire on the bike refusing to pull the brake lever. It's very, very simple. Stop racing at the police car and I'm assuming at this point, give up. I understand. But you know what? If he had given up and gotten arrested for his theft attempt, he'd be alive today. But because Evel Knievel wanted to attempt to escape the charges with his stolen bicycle, he's dead. Why does the cop have the ticket? Scruffy, even before that, don't steal shit. Right? Adam Simon, I used to have a cat that played fetch and would come if you call his name. Al does a couple of tricks. He'll sit and he'll do a little dance for treats. The sit one isn't really that impressive because he's so ingrained that if you ask him to sit, there's a treat involved that he'll just sit. So now I like to tell him to sit all the time just to see if I can get him to do it. Don't give him a treat. Keep him guessing. It's the secret. Matthew Q, lucky you. My girls are rotten. State attorneys are freaking just terrible. Sounds like he fucked around and found out. Yeah, and again, like, he did exactly what they told him. Like, don't pursue. He wasn't pursuing. The kid could have turned around and gone a different way.
Basically made it impossible for Jai to manoeuvre around it. And the prosecutor said that as an experienced police officer of more than 22 years, Bryant should have known that the rider will not stop. Bryant will be sentenced.
No. I'm just explaining this as someone operating a vehicle. It doesn't matter. Bicycle, trail bike, ATV, fucking 18-wheeler big rig. When you're heading a destination and you see that you can't go any further with the vehicle, it's going to hit the stuff coming towards it. You have to stop before that happens and figure something else out. possibly go in reverse, maybe turn around, whatever. If you don't understand that rule, you shouldn't be behind the wheel of that vehicle. So who let this kid ride that stolen bicycle? That's who we should blame. Stolen trail bike, sorry. Let's just call it a dirt bike. Stolen dirt bike. Thank God I don't live there. Some people actually do stop for the berries and cherries. You got berries and cherries? I'd like some berries and cherries, like fresh in season, because we just had like frost and snow and shit. They haven't gone bad. Had you harvest them already? Damn, I could use some berries and cherries. Probably high in vitamin C.
Next year.
Oh, we were right at the end of that. Well, kick my grits. We were right at the end of that when we were doing it. So yeah, he is going to, Judge Culver ruled Bryant should have known that placing his car would be a problem. Bryant was behind the wheel when he parked the car at the end of the bike path. He knew the teen was riding down at speed. Suffered critical hand. Again, it's not. Oh, we got more on the story.
A police officer has been convicted over a fatal crash that killed an Indigenous teenager in Alexandria. The judge handed down her decision this morning, leaving the victim's family members visibly emotional. Chris Marr was in court.
Well, a packed courtroom here at Darlinghurst to hear a guilty verdict.
Thank you, Rusty Grammer, for gifting that subscription.
It's
a little weird to do these at the same time, so we're going to pull the volume down here. Thank you for gifting that subscription. Cowbell going out for, I believe, Richard had getting that subscription gift, so thank you so much. Cowbell coming out. Thank you, Rusty Grammer. Hey-oo. Reach the bell. It's crazy today. Thank you so much for that. So, yeah, what? And that's why it was Indigenous, right? That their own brand of interesting over there. So let's find out a little bit more about this here, quick.
Officer Benedict Bryant. The police sergeant arrived at court today charged with dangerous driving occasioning death after 16-year-old Jai Wright was killed when he slammed into what the court described today as effectively a roadblock set up by Sergeant Bryant in Alexandria. The court found the officer manoeuvred his unmarked car ahead of Jai Wright, riding on an allegedly stolen trail bike, despite police directives cancelling any pursuit. Finding Sergeant Bryant guilty of the charge, Judge Jane Culver said that he ought to have known that there was a real risk of collision, injury, even death.
This has been going on for years now. We knew from the day that Jai had the accident that this should be the outcome that we got.
Outside the court, the police officers' lawyers indicated there is likely to be an appeal.
And a number of families we accept, including the police family and the young person's family, are all hurting from this incident that could have been avoided.
If the kid did he steal the thing? Was it look, unless they just saw fucking kid on a bike and assumed he stole it, fine. But I'm gonna go with they didn't, and that's not. Ugh. Dear Lord, Scruffy. That is some saucy chat over there on Twitch. So, Bad Dads are saying hi to Digger as well. It was stolen and he fled. Roadblocks are normal. Right. It's this weird thing of like, it doesn't matter that the kid was committing a crime. It's a poor tragedy that this kid was struck down, and it's obviously malicious because, he was just stealing a dirt bike. And that's kind of the point. What is he in a Jason Bourne movie? Does he gotta ride the dirt bike through the delicate Tuscan villa to save the Chinese super spy? What's going on? Oh no, he stole the dirt bike to do any number of things, possibly sell it, just joyride it, whatever. Well, steal a dirt bike. Your country is lost. Ours ain't far behind, Brian. That's what worries me. Ours ain't far behind. Rusty Grammar, Rumble won't let me pay. My browser keeps freezing. Oh, I didn't know that. Woot woot, it dropped. There it is. Just took a while to show up. Yeah, it did take a bit, but we got it. Thank you so much, Rusty Grammar. I am sorry it was delayed as F. There's of the Dindu Nuffins. Those are my favorite penguins. The Dindu Nuffins. After that, it's Emperor Penguin because the big eye. Anyways, was stolen. He fled. He looks like a douche. Guilty. I think we should base it on more than that. So if someone dies from tire spike strips being used because they went off the road, they will stop using them. Again, that's the kind of thing like 209. That's kind of thing that like scares me. I don't like that the idea. That's why I'm pissed about this whole decision thing. This guy shouldn't be in trouble for just doing his job. The kid who came down the alleyway at speed, like unless you can prove that he really kind of jumped out at him, don't steal stuff. It seems like a very simple request. Seems like a very, very simple request. What if he swerved to avoid an old lady and crashed? Is she guilty now? I mean, I guess somebody has to be to blame for this, and I bet that was, it was Scruffy. I don't know, like that chirp that Brian had me playing on the Black Friday show was so annoying that I for a minute when that played, like it like PTSD'd me. I am wounded by the chirp because it just, oh my God, it got so annoying for the whole show. If you weren't here last Friday, during our Black Friday podcast, we had Digger and we had our buddy Brian the Science with us as well. So we had 3 people on, and Brian gave me a link to a video that is 10 hours of intermittent smoke chirping, and God, did it suck. Digger, oh wait, you already do. What do we already do? I don't know. Thank you for the smoke alarm sticker. He stole the bike, Peggy, bro. He stole the bike. Oh, wait, you already do, LOL. I already do what? I'm trying to figure out what I already do. If you dump the bike, would have ended the same. Literally doesn't matter. I mean, if he had, I don't know, either gotten arrested or not stolen the bike in the first place, the situation could have been avoided, I feel like. Are they just out there murking people out in Australia? I don't think that's a thing. We have our second hour stories to get to. Wow, we only have like an hour and 45 left in the program. That is crazy. So we have a couple of things to get to, including the first story for the second hour. The reason we titled the show today, somebody was renovating their home in Washington and got one hell of a surprise. Now, this is a thing that I learned moving in with Ivy's mother here. When you buy a house, sometimes stuff comes with it, stuff they didn't care to take.
At Amazon,
training and apprenticeships. At Amazon, they don't care about people, whatever. So there's a couple of different things you can run into when you find a house. One thing that I've read a lot of stories about recent. Fuck you. Fuckers. One thing I've read a lot of stories about is people like renovating and finding stuff in walls, like historical things, artifacts, stuff of that nature. They found Johnny's bad dragon. Oh, never had one of those. I am a person. I am a big dragon guy. I like dragons, but 2 things I'm not is a furry, so I'll never dress as one. Suck it. And 2, no, dear Lord, that is not for human consumption. Those things are Those things are not okay. I don't endorse it. Anyways, so let's get to this. So contractors working on a Washington state home discovered a case of live military grenades packed with TNT. Cause it's TNT dynamite. No, I gotta use the TNT to offset the live grenades, or else, you know, the box is lopsided. Dear Lord. And it's at a home. Naval Base Explosives team took the grenades. A sheriff's office investigates how the devices ended up on the property. Yeah, let's put open image in new tab and open image in new tab and do this right there. Okay. Here we go. And what is it? Is it? Oh, you dick. You dicks. You dicks. Who did that? Who did that? Fettuccine Poo Poo, thank you for the smoke alarm chirp. It is deeply upsetting. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Jelly for the smell, you like big bad dragons? Are you sure you want to admit that on camera? No, I don't. I just said I don't like them. Did you not hear me? The whole bad dragon thing is not a thing. I said I don't. I said I'm a big dragon fan in terms of the actual mythological creature. I like dragons. I don't endorse the bad dragon. Sorry if that was confusing for you. I apologize. Brian the Science, Midwest Froon in Chicago on Fireway. I can smell it from here. What? Midwest FurCon. Oh, dear Lord. Again, that bad dragon business. Eat a dick. Those things are not for human. Again, like I thought I was pretty clear on the not for human consumption thing. Not for human usage. That's not okay. Those things are not okay. Some people are never happy. All right. So boom. Ain't that a lot of Jesus Christ? They literally did just throw it all in a box. They just packed it all in a box. Just a whole bunch of dynamite and a shitload of live. By the way, these were all live. These things were, and that's why the title of the show is the way it is. They were all live. St. Caesar, what goes around comes around, Johnny, with the smoke alarm. Oh, why? Did you do one of those? Oh, you didn't? Well, then, cough. I just got up from chair to check smoke detector, change those batteries, Johnny. Again, it's the sticker. I didn't. They did it. I'm sorry. Mr. Q, why do you know better than I do when FurCon is? Yeah, actually, Brian has a valid point. Why are you keeping track of that? Didn't even know there was a FurCon. I mean, I'm not surprised. But let's be honest. Oh, dude, you got Jelly for the Smelly as well? Dang, a lot of people got hit with that one. Yeah, that was the sticker. You know what? With the screen up and everything, they might have missed the sticker. All right, so let's read up on this quick. A contractor was renovating a Washington state home when they stumbled on a case of live military-styled hand grenades packed with TNT, triggering a bomb squad response and a shutdown of a nearby road, authorities said on Monday. The explosive discovery was made on the property of a home in Olala? I don't know. A rural community in Kitsap County. The Kitsap County Sheriff said workers immediately called the homeowners who were not living at the home during renovations. According to the sheriff's office, the homeowners then called 911. Hey, listen, Bob, so we're putting in the new sink, and we're putting in the new counters, and we couldn't help but notice your briefcase of explosives. It's a bit strange. Not so much as a packing peanut in this mofo, but you've got a whole lot of TNT and like 13 live grenades. One of them's red. What's the red one for? Is that like the spicy grenade? So what do you want us to do with this? Oh, dear Lord, you found explosives in my home. Mr. Q is a furry confirmed. He dresses as a pig because he likes getting blown by the big bad wolf. Oh, dear Lord. That reminds me, I got to roll one before the wife gets home from work. Well, Rob Holler, do what you got to do, homie. Far be it from me to judge other people how they live their lives. Yeah, so what the actual F? Good God. All right, so the deputies responded, expected the case before alerting state bomb technicians. The road was shut down. Yep. All right, so let's go over to the next one then. Just look at those little babies all lined out in a row. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10, not 13. Where did I get 13? Explosive ordnance team from the Naval Submarine Base Bangor also responded to the property and seized the grenades, which authorities believe were military issue. State bomb squad secured and seized the remaining explosives. Oh, dear Lord. I didn't load this picture. High explosives, dangerous, high HDP1. Just a giant log of TNT. Oh, my Lord. Homeowners told authorities that they had recently purchased the property and had no knowledge of the case or the explosives before the contractors made the discovery. Yeah, they got to be kicking themselves, man. Could have blown that price tag out of the water with those explosives if you knew it was there. Matthew Q. That's the fun stuff. I don't doubt it. Digger dabs away. Brian Amini's by 250. I don't think she read it. But if she does, it'll be great. Dabs or hash? Relevant question. It's dabs. November 2039. What was that in the... It was. So now 39. How long have you been holding on to this dynamite? It does look like a 3. I'd like to say it's an 8 and like it faded, but no, that looks like a 3. Crap. Dang. It's like from these explosives fought the Nazis, right? But why do you still have them? Dang, when we tore our kitchen apart, all we found was some knob and tube wiring and several layers of Fugilist wallpaper, or the fuggliest, excuse me. I don't know why I heard that as Fugilist, of the fuggliest wallpaper ever. Yeah, they got the prize for the all-time. I've heard of a bunch of different things that people have found. I've heard of people finding wallets. I've heard of people finding, like, money, but not in, like, oh my God, denominations. And the one of the weird ones, someone found an old McDonald's bag, and the fries were still in there, and the fries hadn't molded. They were just there. So yeah, I think that's about it. It would make a nice bang after sitting that long, especially if you didn't scrape the nitroglycerin. Oh, didn't scrape the nitroglycerin off of it? I mean, would it make more or less of a bang than normal? There was a time TNT was a hardware store item. Well, I'm going to say this is probably from that period, just based off of the age. Like, I got to go down to Tom's Supply. Why? I need more explosives. There's a badger that keeps eating my trees. I'm going to blow the shit out of that badger. And the mole over by the apple field. I'm gonna put a log of TNT in that mole hole, and then fire in the mole hole. Oh man, Timothy McVeigh had to go and ruin it for everyone. Right back in the day, we could just have explosives. Now nobody trusts us. We used to be a free people, says Scruffy. I will say this. Here's proof that not just because I can buy explosives doesn't mean you're just going to use them to blow up the government. These explosives have been at this house God knows how long. I would say, given the age of the TNT, did those explosives look like World War II issue? So, curious. Could be a thing. What the hell happened to us? I blame women voting. Look, if we could sit here all day and nitpick the causes. It was death by 1,000 cuts, Scruffy. There was no one act. It's for sale in the old Sears mailbox catalog. I don't doubt Mr. Q on this because I believe Mr. Q actually still has one of the old Sears mailbox catalogs. And I don't doubt for a second that he just flipped through the pages and saw it listed somewhere. Like, yeah, you can buy, a couple logs of C4. So if that's if a tree log is a Yule log for Christmas, what's C4? Just a boom log? I don't know. Can't get anywhere with that. Here's the weird part. It looked kind of like summer sausage. The way it looked reminded me of summer sausage. Is that weird? Am I weird? Probably. God, I hope not. It kind of looked like summer sausage. I mean, what do you want from me? About that, it was a tactical nuke. A van full of fertilizer wouldn't do that much damage. Where you're talking about Timothy McVeigh and the attack on the FBI building? There's a thought. Oklahoma City, yeah. Has there been any evidence of people having like radiation in Oklahoma City? I feel like wouldn't a tactical nuke leave behind a very distinct radiological footprint or fingerprint? Whatever you want to call it. Just like, hey, nukes. Nitro becomes very unstable as it ages. I wouldn't have touched that shit, says Richard Head. Somebody had to. The contractors sure weren't going to do it. And it turns out the homeowners didn't even know it was there. So who do you have? Who draws the short straw and plays with the almost centuries-old dynamite? Oh, it's not centuries. Century-old, you stupid idiot. So yes, who plays with the almost 100-year-old dynamite? Start playing catch back and forth. Ooh. Do you shit your pants when you see, like when you find a suitcase, you drag it out of the wall, you drop it on the ground and open it, and you're like, what the hell is in here? And it's dynamite, and you're like, oh. And grenades, and you're like, oh. We better go. Lexi, I vote you, buddy. Why? Can't roll away. Seems like I'm a horrible choice. There's not even a possibility for me to save my... I get it now. Lexi just wants me dead. I wouldn't have told anyone, says Scruffy. What, just keep the dynamite as a contractor? Just like, yeah, guys, don't mind me. These are just a bunch of sandwiches that I have in here. That's what they are. They're free munitions. Well, it sounds like they might be risky. I don't know. The grenades were supposedly live and military grade, so maybe they were stable. T. Jefferson saying it wasn't a van, it was a box truck. Much bigger. Bada boom. And Scruffy saying, yes, if the government gets uppity, well, all right, fair enough. Nuclear fallout is a myth. There are nothing but people where nukes have been dropped on Japan, rebuilt almost instantly. Yeah, but they suffered generational damage, and people died of radiation poisoning. Fallout isn't a myth, it's a fact. How long it lasts and its effects on people vary. That's absolutely true. But I don't think it's a myth. Richard, the fucking bomb squad, that's who. Yeah, the bomb squad had to deal with it. The cops took it, and then the Navy bomb squad took it, and then they all went on their merry way. Again, it's just, do you expect like a knockoff of the price when you had to deal with it? Look, we're being investigated because they found your fucking munitions. Isn't it weird that a cop pulled Timothy McVeigh over while he was driving the getaway car home? Just a coincidence, I suppose. That's one way to put it. Or it wasn't. Their kids had it. Oh, no. Sure, the land and water was okay. Well, water recovers quickly from the radiation poisoning part. And the same kind of true with dirt and stuff. It'll absorb it to a certain extent. It'll change living vegetation somewhat, maybe. But again, yeah, generation or two, you should be fine. I think it was a coincidence, though, weren't the tags expired? Always tripped up on one little thing. I don't know. I don't have the Timothy McVeigh information readily available in my head. We have a variety of other stories to cover, including Bernie Sanders and Zoran Mondani are at the strike in Brooklyn for baristas at Starbucks. And it's the same day that the city and Starbucks agreed to a separate local $38 million labor settlement. So, no offense, if you guys they agreed to a labor settlement, if you're doing this now, it doesn't look good for you. So, shit's not open and you're happy with it?
Like so many working people across this city, these are not demands of greed. These are demands for decency.
Yeah, but you, no offense, you make a cup of coffee. We need to stop acting like all of these people do jobs that nobody else can do. No. The reason you work at Starbucks as a barista is because that's as far as you could get. And look, I understand. I'm 2 steps from that myself, but let's not act like what's the, and by the way, I don't trust this in a heartbeat because again, they made a settlement with a labor right. So some union's going to get all the money.
These are workers who are simply being asked to be treated with the respect that they deserve.
What's disrespectful about, yeah, bitch, froth my cup like I asked. Look, I'm not saying you should be mean to your barista unless she's dumb. But again, and I know this because I do it for myself all the time. All the time. People can make their own fucking coffee. So no offense. This is one of those things where every single person that frequents your store, you should thank them because you have duped them into thinking they need your place of business to get their coffee fix. They could just make it themselves, okay? It's entirely doable, and it's easier this day and age than ever before. Liquid creamers, foam, and whipped cream you can spray out of a tube. You could have the most perfect, weirdest... What? Do you want to join us? We're talking about coffee. well, then, or don't. Anyways, so yeah, it's still like we need a wage, like ULP strike, no contract, no Starbucks. Again, like I don't know if people realize this, we can do without Starbucks. So I really would like people to call it like, well, then just leave. There's 8 million coffee shacks, coffee stores, independent coffee company, brew houses, fucking. You guys could disappear in a heartbeat, and other than the people on the picket line, nobody's really affected. Go brew your own Folgers. If they want to make more money, be good looking, put on a bikini. Wow, Mr. Q, that is remarkable. Again, it's I'm a hypocrite. Let's just say that firstly, because I'm someone who can't do this, and like I'm sitting here bitching about them. But it's like if I have the ability to move around and walk around and do all the shit these people can do, then yeah, dude, you want to make more money, then do something worth making more money. That's always been the way of it. When I got my little bit of recovery a while ago, I started doing more and more comedy and DJ gigs because I got paid more for it. I have a high school diploma and nothing else. What's your excuse?
Ask that their labor be repaid in a manner that allows them to...
Labor for what? Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Are they not just making the coffee? Like, I understand that people need a living wage. People need to earn a living wage. But I feel like we're ignoring the problem that the only jobs we have are menial, mind-numbing labor that idiots like you are just going to turn into automation. How long till every Starbucks is just a walk-up vending machine where you punch in what you want and it gives you your cup of coffee? Because we've had that crap forever. I used to get those at the rec center all the time when my mom would take me to watch my dad play hockey. I'd get a hot chocolate out of the coffee machine. So I'm sorry, but there has never been, and I mean Starbucks, Panera. Panera, does they do coffee? I don't know about Panera. Scooters, whatever. I've never gotten a coffee from a coffee house or a coffee shack that a machine couldn't make. In fact, most of the coffees I get, they use machines to do it. So literally, they're just the people handing me a cup. Starbucks is getting killed lately, too. Not the time to demand more money. Yeah. I expect Starbucks to close 400 to 500 stores this year. Yeah, hey, I bet you a ton of those will be in New York, where they raise these costs and these prices. But hey, at least you guys got your wage raise. Too bad you don't have a job anymore.
Build a dignified life. While the CEO...
Again, you want to build a dignified life. You want to build a dignified life as a Starbucks barista. No, I feel you should be able to maybe afford an apartment and some stuff. But again, a Starbucks barista shouldn't be a life career.
Those make unbelievable salaries. 60% of our people in Vermont, in New York City, all over this country are living paycheck to paycheck.
Right. But again, the CEOs paying more doesn't solve the problem. The problem is the CEOs aren't going to take a pay cut. So when you ask that these people get paid more, the CEOs have to cut the cost. This is the part that, like, how can these idiots do this time and time again and not expect the same answer? How can, like, no offense, Bernie, you've been around long enough to know. You say that the workers need to get paid more. You make a law that says the workers need to get paid more. Guess what the CEOs do? They keep their bonus and they close several stores, however many they need to offset the price change. Or they start automating their staff or any of the other things they do. Because guess what? Those people that get paid that much money, they aren't going to give that up any more than these people are going to give up their request to get paid a living wage. And again, I know this is insensitive, but as a cost-cutting measure, I don't even have like store-bought coffee. Like, I have my coffee machine. If I don't make my coffee, nobody does. Like, this is one of those, maybe it's from watching all of the not Lost, but Alone seasons. This is one of those where I'm like, we as a society really need to start realizing there's a whole lot of crap that we need in our life. I need my Starbucks. I need my coffee. No, you don't. You really don't need that. You really should be able to handle that your goddamn self. And if you can't, that's a sign of a problem. And again, if we don't need this stuff, then who gets it? Bernie's an idiot. The problem is the monetary cycle, where there's an influx of money from wages, tax, refund, stimulus, inevitably makes something more expensive, starting with housing. Again, I don't get why. I guess they thought it was a good PR move, but for Mondani, like, you're stepping in here, and the first thing we have is a workers' strike, and yeah, you're gonna hold up the headlines of, we closed that workers' strike and these people got their contract and all that. Right. And then the stores are going to close. Maybe not because of this specifically. Definitely in part.
Struggling to pay the rent, struggling to pay for health care, struggling to put food on the table.
And again, I feel like you're not addressing the whole problem when you don't also address the fact that you have people who want to be the breadwinner of the house as a Starbucks barista. But then again, they probably want to have a living wage. Johnny's Exotic Frappe, Mochaccino, Grande, Espresso, Americano, Macchiato, Latte coming soon. Did I get all those right? Let me check. Johnny's Exotic Frappe, Mochaccino, Grande, Espresso, Americano, Macchiato, Latte coming soon. I did. I got them all right. Brian the Science. Wait a minute. What? I'm a fucking scientist, and I get paid about as much as these tards want to get paid. Exactly. Why should you? And by the way, I don't know if people know this or not, and I hate to speak for you, Brian. I'm going to go out on a ledge here. I bet you could mix a fucking cup of coffee. Like, I get that they want to be paid a living wage. I understand that. But at some point, did they maybe want to do something other than just make me a latte? Because again, you can't have it both ways. Why should people go to school for years and get huge amounts of debt that they have to struggle to pay off when the guy that, again, goes, "Do you want fries with that?" makes the exact same amount of money? It doesn't make sense. I'm also a scientist, but I found corporate makes more money, therefore. I like the emoji. I like the money gun emoji. That's nice. Thank you again, Balls Deep, for the $5. We haven't done any salutes to anybody for contributing to the program. We can pull our bubbler out here. Put it away in a little bit. We have about an hour before I got to do my 420 thing, though. So maybe we should just put all of this in here, and we'll save that for that, too. We'll do it twice, once for this, once for that. And then we are, again, ending at 4:30. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with me and hopefully the lovely Digger. Digger had her appointment today, and hopefully, unless barring any serious issues, she'll hopefully be joining us one way or another tomorrow. So hope to see you all there as well. I have the big GoFundMe Friday stream this Friday, so be sure to check out all that fun stuff. I work 2 jobs. Like a normal person who wants to pay bills. I don't work 2 jobs. I count this as a job. So I work, I would say 3/4 of a job, because this one's very lax. It's very easy. I'm in a lot of control. And so I take that as some job stress off. And then I'm disabled, obviously. So I have that backup. But either way, pretty much like you, I have to have multiple forms of revenue if I want to keep things rolling. Historically White, the Communist Johnny, those were the fission ones that were made in the 1960s. Oh, so I don't know. At Historically Like telling Johnny Dow. Who's Johnny Dow? Am I Johnny Dow? Johnny Dow, those are fission ones. Fission ones were a lot bigger. I didn't see Johnny Dow. Oh, Johnny Dow. Hi, Johnny. Look up Operation Dominic on Wikipedia. You'll get a table of nuke tests. Look at the last one. Who's satanic? Look at the side note on the right. It says 99.9% clean. Damn. Interesting. Exactly. The fusion is more precise. No radiation, but a big boom. like a conventional bomb, but fusion mini bomb. Oh, okay. Freak on a leash. Bye, Johnny. Great job. Well, thank you, Freak597. Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed. Pain shots. I always look forward to these appointments. I wouldn't myself. Pain shots sound god awful. But as you said, you were doing dabs earlier to help deal with stuff. I'm hoping that you've at least made it home. I hope they work well for you and that you're bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to have fun with us tomorrow, because we're going to be, again, as someone coined the phrase, I don't remember who said this, but the laughs are bigger on Wednesdays with Digger. She's a good time, and we like having her on the program. So, yeah, Zoran Mandani, again, I feel like it's a bad look to celebrate the strike. Starbucks CEO makes 6,666 times what the average Starbucks worker barista does. Again, I don't. But also, can they run a company? I feel like they do a little bit more work than the barista just makes the coffee, and I get it. It's very important. It's a very vital role. But yeah, I've got a story about Tim Walz being responsible for fraud based on whistleblowers and stuff. Oh, and I had done this before. It's bad. I don't want to go through all this again. I can't handle it. I'm so mad at the government. I'm so mad at the state government. Baristas are all NPCs. It's just, again, Rob Holler, who's Digger. She's a female co-host who joins the show from time to time. She's in the chat on YouTube and Rumble. She likes getting saucy in the Rumble chat and talking to a couple people there, and she likes talking in the YouTube chat, so she bounces between the two of them. But we have her on Mondays, Wednesdays, occasionally on Thursdays, and sometimes Fridays. So we just locked down Tuesday, and we've got her all week, but we're working on it. In time. I've got to get her in my location. Anyways, thank you, everybody that contributed thus far to the program. We appreciate it. We'll do a little salute, and then we'll move on with our stories. I've got an update on somebody. I think we played one of his earlier clips, and we'll play them again. Lexi letting Rob know she's a ginger. Beware. Why does that matter? Should I warn people? I didn't know that's a thing. I'm rather fond of the lady. I didn't realize it was a problem. Alrighty. So, as I was saying, let's get over here. We've got an update. I've played this guy's clips before. This guy, I think this is the clip that I played before.
Hell yeah, bro. Here you go.
Now, I'm going to go on a ledge. Supposedly, this guy's still at it. He was out handing bottles of vodka with cigarettes taped to them to the homeless, supposedly. And it looks like... does it look like those are actual cigarette packs? So he's supposedly handing them out to the homeless, and we've got more videos. Apparently he's a TikToker, and he's also been handing out machetes.
Let's feed the homeless.
Okay.
Today I'm going to be making something special for people in need. Because of the government shutdown being in effect, there are a lot of struggling people out here. Everyone deserves a good meal, and I'm very grateful to be able to use my privilege to give back however I can.
Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Matthew Q. Hell yeah. The homeless need to party too, says 209. Robin Aller. I love that. Dude, the guy's got balls. Tuesdays are for appointments and earning IRL dollars. LOL, I just need the one day. Don't worry. Like once I'm saying one. Yeah, that's the situation you're in now. But once you're in a different situation, things might not be the same, and you can just do the show every day. Yep, a handle and 2 packs of smokes each, dude. And then they are so happy. They're so excited. He's totally not getting mugged. And anyhow, so this guy has been at, again, this is POV Wolfie. He's been doing this a couple of times. We have an update. We have a Thanksgiving Day update from obviously this last week here. What is he? Is he praying for cigarettes? What is this? Like, these people are doing this. Are you taking any of this stuff? You're eye-effing him pretty hard. I mean, like, seriously, someone call the police on that stair. All right? That's you're violating every pore of this man's being. Do you want what's in the bin? We cut. I'm going to go with no. All right, so that's his TikTok video there. Well, this is the video he shared on Thanksgiving. We've taken it up a notch on Thanksgiving. We're handing out machetes and liquor. We're handing out machetes and liquor. It's a bottle of liquor with a machete. This is a weird. Keeping the homeless in the streets safe. Keeping them safe with what? I don't believe you. He was looking at his soul. Now he's arming them. Yep. Next, he's passing out samples of methamphetamine. I don't know if he can afford that. 209 saying not a bad gift. Oh, it's certainly it's not a cheap gift. He had to spend at least like what? Say like probably $30-40 on each of those. Every other menthol cig is also laced. Yeah, this is the other thing though. Like, I wouldn't trust someone needs to arrest that guy. It's kind of an effed up bit. He posted that on Thanksgiving though. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to check that out. The 29-year-old told the New York Post that he was the one on the nationwide tour handing out alcohol and machetes to the homeless. I have like 30 machetes in my car right now, he said with a laugh. Dude, they're cheap. I travel around, bulk record in one city, and then for my safety go to another city. Do the same thing there for like 2 weeks and kind of like travel around. So this is what he does on his streams. Where do you get the money for this? So far, he's been to Austin, New Orleans, and Little Rock. I have plans to go to Vegas, Skid Row in L.A. I should be in New York in January. I have a lot of friends out there. Go hand out a bunch of machetes and fireballs there, too. The fireballs he referred to are the 1-ounce bottles. Right. When asked if he was worried about the repercussions of handing out alcohol to known substance abusers, he gave the honest, horrifying answer. So he's an influencer. Honestly, I really don't care, bro. It's good for the clicks and the views, you know? Gotta do what we have to do so we eat. I've got an idea. How about we arrest that guy since what he's doing is illegal? Isn't it illegal to just hand out booze to people? I mean, obviously they're old enough to drink. He's not giving it to children that we know of. But cigarettes and everything, he's not licensed to distribute that. So he's an accomplice to tons of assaults and murders too. Arrest him. Right? That would be an awesome if he got like pulled in and people committed crimes with those machetes and they hold him accountable to them because he provided it. An unknowing accomplice. So that would be interesting. I would agree. Arrest the out of him. That's awesome. Awesome about what? What was Balls Deep saying was awesome? Smoke them if you got them. Again, like the liquor and cigarettes I'm not super thrilled about. The machetes, that's where I get to be a little more like, excuse me? Matthew Q saying, Skid Row. There's no Skid Row anymore. That's just all of LA. Well, there was a really, really nice part called the Was, though. Bricks Gaming can't sell it to me. Can be given as gifts. Oh, so you can't sell it, but you can give it out. Influencer equals bad content creator equals good. What's the equation we're doing here? How do we get from bad content creator equals good? I don't know. I just meant the bit. Oh, don't drink that shit. I just meant the bit. Oh, okay, I'm understanding. Lexi, you missed 420, buddy. It's not. It's 324. I have an entire hour left of the show. So I didn't. Who missed it? I don't know who. It wasn't me. Again, we've got an hour. So the knives are too long for 99% of cities' 3-inch blade limit. Yeah, I feel like you can't give out machetes in places that don't allow guns and knives. Sorry, wrong time zone. It's all good. Happens all the time. I've got a lady here who, even though she knows I'm in a different time zone than her and that my time is different than hers, continually reminds me that when I tell her I'm doing a 420 dab, she tells me that her time is 220. And it's just... it was an interesting court case that I remember from a year or so back. Court case for which one? Now I'm curious. Make sure that the fireball shots you buy are real. There's singles being sold that look exactly like the real ones, but without the alcohol. Oh. I feel like you'd catch on to that pretty quick. I feel like you'd figure that out really, really quick. Now Chevy JB, 220, 220, 220. And now Wild Sapper, 120, 120, 120. You see what you've started, Digger. You see what you've done. You see what's going on here. This is all you. And I love you, woman, but damn. I just hit to make sure I didn't miss 420 somewhere. That's a fairly safe bet. And I probably should have done the same thing. I apologize. We did do our little salute to all the support we've had. Lab Glass over on Rumble and Scruffy and Nucleatic Gaming and Fettuccine El Poo and Rusty and everybody on Twitch. And so, yeah, I should take a quick gander at the old device. Make sure we're not missing any of these guys. Oh, I'm missing somebody. I just got a VV. Oh, I gotta do that. I didn't see when was. Oh, that's why that did that. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, well now that makes me feel better there. Thank you, Rob, for the $3. It's a very odd amount, but thank you for the $3 on... I could just take the 2 off of here and count it with the 3 to make 5. We'll just clear out the bank to YouTube stuff. So, boom. And put that up to 0. And then just go there and go 0. There we go. Alrighty. Arrest him. We covered that. Right back at you. What are we talking about? All I had in my PayPal account. Well, I appreciate it. It was very nice of you. Thank you. I'm honored that you gave me all you had in your PayPal account. That's nice. That's I appreciate you trying to help. And thank you. Thank you very much. You know, fucking, what am I gonna complain? It's fucking, that'd be an asshole move to do, in my opinion. One of Santa's reindeer escaped a Christmas event in England. So St. Caesar I want to know, what are the odds that someone inadvertently hunts and eats this deer? Because we'll go back here. Let's go to the... There, and boom. So a deer apparently escaped from a Christmas event in England and ran off. He was spotted in this area. What are the odds that he's safe? As darkness fell, police who had been tracking the animal lost sight of it, fearing it could end up in the River Mersey. Our quad team of Coast Guard teams supported Southport and Crosby were called to help using thermal binoculars and our... although the capture proved difficult. Oh, they did capture him. They captured the deer. Well, now this story's less impressive by the minute. Yes, the mildly irritating GoFundMe show is this Friday, kids. Be there, be square. It'll be a fun time, so definitely be sure to check it out. I have to go get some more mildly irritating stuff. I can't do that. I gotta find something I can do. All right, so that's done. Where's the information on the deer thing, though? I wanted to know more about it. Santa's reindeer escaped from a Christmas tree event in England, sparking search. Right. Southport Offshore Rescue Trust said on social media that the reindeer escaped. Yep, that's the lifeboat team was able to use thermal binoculars to locate the reindeer on the beach, and they captured him. So fuck me running. I don't know. I guess that seemed way more interesting than it was. We might as well skip it. $2 from Balls Deep. Johnny's Exotic Thumb in the Bum coming Friday. No, sir. No. But I will put that into the YouTube monies. Let's write that down over there. Thank you for the $2, sir. Thank you for the $2. At T Jefferson, thanks, man. I got a whole whopping 3 cents interest off the PayPal the other day. Going get rich. Haha. Well, enjoy it. We have wild deer in the UK, so you just have to know where to look. So I guess then this guy will probably be fine. I feel like any of the groups I might have suspected for hunting down this deer would probably have alternative sources available to them. Okay, so this is a different one in Florida for the video. So now I can't use the video one. I'll have to just read the story. We've got one story left for our second hour, and then we're on to our third hour stuff. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're going for another hour, and then obviously we'll be back tomorrow with Digger. This Thursday is just a regular show, but Friday, as Digger said, the mildly irritating self-torture stream. So be sure to join us for all of that lovely goodness. Let's look at renovating. We did that. Yeah, all right. So that is literally our last story. I was making sure I didn't miss one in the second hour, and boop. All right, so our last second hour story, a woman sustained minor injuries this week after her car was slammed into by a freight train in New Jersey. The 82-year-old said she stopped her car Wednesday afternoon when she saw flashing lights warning that a train was approaching without realizing she was on the tracks. Oh, no. The 82-year-old, the CSX train pushed the woman's car with her in it a quarter of a mile before the locomotive was able to stop. Oh, my God. Let's open the image, a new tab. We can open a couple of these. Yep. Just drive through the gate at that point. Your car is going to get up no matter what you do, okay? There is no not scratching the car in this scenario, okay? You are literally... This thing is done. This thing is done. So I would have just, as soon as I realized I stopped on the wrong side of the tracks, back up or drive forward, but pick one and commit, honey. I mean, you're lucky you survived this. If this car caught the wrong way, it starts flipping end over end. You're nothing but dead. Ah, God. It's just like they make people retarded. Like they deliberately are making them that way. And the question I have is why? Oh, and this would help if I got rid of this stupid piece of garbage. God, can you guys get rid of all your ads, please? Thank you. All right, so this is the vehicle and the train, obviously. The CSX train pushed the woman's car about a mile. Miraculously, the woman survived with only a minor leg injury. Yeah, very miraculously. According to the outlet, she was taken to a local hospital. The incident happened in South Brunswick around 2 p.m. Does it matter where it happened in New Jersey? It happened. Oh. Do you think she'll drive again? She only got pushed a quarter of a mile sideways. Photos shared by the South Brunswick Police Department showed the gray four-door sedan perpendicular across the tracks directly in front of the train. The crash forced the closure of Route 535 in both directions for hours. Now this train's just sitting here because you're dumbass. Reached out to the Brunswick Police Department. Again, why don't you why don't you just go through the gate? Like, are you going to get in trouble? Are you going to get a fine? Probably. But what else are you going to do? MSO Crazy Canuck. This was in New Jersey. At least I thought it was New Jersey. I could have swore the thing I was reading said New Jersey. Isn't New Brunswick part of New Jersey? I could have swore that was part of New Jersey. This ditzy broad, says Brett McCarthy. 1,070 feet is a quarter mile. Okay. Red Scooper, go me on Friday. Well, it's called the Go F Me show because I always say F me when I'm doing the challenges because, like, they're really irritating. Like the arm shaving one, for example, this stuff doesn't grow back very quickly. It's very, very annoying. The face shaving one drives me bonkers until I can finally shave after the show. And it's never, ever immediate because I'm usually hanging out with my daughter pretty quick after the show, so I got to go do that. The spicy one. I'll be honest, our last one that we did, the spicy one was more of a problem a day or two later with the salsa. We won't be doing that because we don't have spicy salsa. But we have a couple of other things, and I have to look into finding some more mild annoyances. Her insurance will drop her, and she will never drive again. Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope your insurance would be like, all right, so you approached a train crossing, you saw the arm coming down, and you didn't bother to... I mean, that's just... So as you were driving up and you saw the arm coming down, it's a train crossing, you didn't... Because train tracks aren't exactly hard to spot. A good spicy poo is okay. Not for me, man. But more importantly, I don't know if I could get my hands on any more of that Carolina Reaper salsa before then. And, well, I'm not trying to. Once was bad enough, and it wasn't even the poo. Here's the thing, like, I had heartburn for a while. Like, my insides were not happy. That's not something that you can necessarily just handle. And then I have also the Bean Boozled jelly beans. So a variety of, including spicy ones. So, you know, we've got it all available for Friday. Let's load our third hour stories. But yeah, that 82-year-old probably should not be driving if you didn't see the train tracks. And I had my theory on this, that she couldn't see high enough over the steering wheel. You know? Little old lady that shrank over time, osteoporosis and what have you. Couldn't see over the steering wheel. Saw that the arm came down, but couldn't tell where the train tracks were. Till she saw the arm coming down behind her. And she went, oh, crap, I done f***ed up. And that's when she was gone. Is this Full House star gets emotional over Dave Coulier's cancer diagnosis? Candace Cameron Burke spoke with I thought this was Dave Coulier. So anybody that grew up watching Full House, we got a bad news update about Dave Coulier.
So difficult. And it felt very devastating when Dave called. Dave and Melissa called and let us all know personally before it went out to the press. But we know that the cancer that he has is very treatable, and many people have gone into remission for many, many years.
Yeah, dude, all they have to do is cut it out, right? Sorry. Dave, Uncle Joey has cancer. I shouldn't be making jokes. I mean, he was a comedian both in life and on the show. But yeah.
The best diagnosis you can get from devastating news.
New Brunswick is Far East Canadian.
It feels very hopeful. Dave has an incredible outlook on it. It's very positive. His wife, Melissa, who's one of my dearest friends.
All right, well, this is way more depressing than I wanted to do. And I thought we were going to hear from him talking about it. It's weird that is she the appointed media personality for the stars of Full House? Second cancer battle in less than a year. The beloved comedian, 66, revealed he was diagnosed in October with HPV-related orphanologilial tongue cancer. Just months after celebrating his recovery from non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Well then. So good luck surviving that. Oh, dear Lord. Bob Saget's demise was way funnier and also on brand. Well, his was, didn't he slip in the tub and then go to bed? I mean, I think people argue like he was drunk, and I don't know about that, but T. Jefferson, yeah, he munches box. I was going to ask, that's not the same thing that Michael Douglas has. Michael Douglas has the throat cancer, right? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Can't be. Can't possibly be the same thing. He slipped, fell, and landed on a baseball bat 15 times. I'm pretty sure that's not what happened to Bob Saget. I thought Bob Saget slipped and hit his head and went to bed, and that was the thing. He went to bed with a concussion, and that was the whole deal. Digger 420. That's why I was thinking about at least he's a giver. What? Oh, so he eats a lot of pussy too, then, eh? What do you mean? What do you say? He's married, woman. Jesus. Not according to Atlantis. 'Cause I'm here to remind you of the dry, untended bugs you left me. You. Don't go down. Throat cancer induced by HPV virus is exactly what happened to Michael Douglas. So this is tongue cancer induced by the HPV virus. So I'm definitely getting one of these before I'm gone then. I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to have to be really careful. I've eaten a lot of pussy in my life. Saget bumped his head on a carpet. The only thing missing was the red scarf. Oh. Was that what we're saying? Wait a minute. What? Did you hear? No, his male hooker bashed Bob Saget on the head. Oh, dear Lord. Now we've got too many. We've got too many conflicting stories. Now I'm curious. Life is a bell curve. We start as small children, grow up to be adults, then turn into children again. That is very true. How rude, says Bricks Gaming. Did he take the jab? I don't think this one's jab related. Are people getting throat cancer, HPV, mouth cancer from the jab? Now I want to look up Bob Saget cause of death. What's the internet say? Not that it's necessarily truth. All right, cause of death. I thought it was Bob Saget's cause of death was accidental head trauma, likely from a fall he had without anyone else present. Autopsy determined there was no illegal drugs or toxins in his system. So he wasn't even... They didn't even find stuff with him. So, accidental head trauma. I mean, if you're going to cover up auto asphyxiation, sleeping with a concussion is very, very bad. Right, and that's, I think, what it was. He slipped in his tub or shower or whatever, and he didn't. I knew Bob Saget from Full House and Funniest Home Videos, so I thought he was this obnoxious, squeaky clean guy. Didn't find out what he was like until way later. Right, that was the biggest mind flip for people like me who grew up with Full House, was to find out, no, Bob Saget was this horribly filthy, dirty comedian. And people saw him and thought, let's just make you the Wonder Bread white guy of modern middle-class America for a, earnest, good children's show. And it drove him insane. That coupled with years of... And then after the Full House gig, he ended up the America's Funniest Home Videos thing. Those two coupled together... It's a rough patch. So then if you watch Bob Saget's comedy special that he did a while after Dirty Work and stuff, it's unbelievable. But that's the kind of performer he was. And if you saw anything to do with the Aristocrats documentary, you more than likely saw him in there a bunch. Poor Alanis. He was great. He was filthy. Yeah, he was hilarious. Every night I go to bed hoping a carpet finds my head to take it for a ride. Well, best of luck to you. I was a fan of his stand-up before Full House, so I had the reverse experience. It was so weird to see him as Danny Tanner. Yeah, I imagine that would be way more jarring. Because for people who grew up with him as Danny Tanner, most of us became adults. So when he's when you find out oh, no, this guy's got a fifth gear, and it's one he was using way before now, and it's just gross and dirty, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. You know what it is? It's enjoyable. It's a lot. I'll say this. I think I prefer it my way. His performance in Half Baked was my introduction to his dirty side. And he did his performance in Half Baked while filming Dirty Work. He took time off of filming Dirty Work. He was the director of Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald. The Clintons did it. Why would the Clintons do it? I just started listening to his podcast. Then he was dead. I didn't know he had a podcast. I want to go back and listen to it. Robin Williams was dirty as hell on stage. Dude, Robin Williams, I think in the late 80s, did a stand-up performance where he's wearing German lederhosen. And if you want to tell me that the guy in that stand-up performance is not... I am not on a mountain of cocaine, I'm going to call you a bold-faced liar. Robin Williams has a special kind of energy and a special kind of style when it comes to performing comedy. But I'm telling you, that guy was amped and more than just, ooh, it's Robin Williams. And no. That guy was on something. Yeah, I fully agree, Johnny. It's like TV dad being comfortable enough to finally be himself around you is how I imagine that felt. That's a very accurate description, T. Jefferson. That is very much the way that it felt. And like I said, going the opposite way, oh, would that bother me? Hey, I'm used to shooting dirty jokes, and now it's San Francisco. Oh, now he's all but where the dick jokes? We had those a minute ago. Robin had a whole bit about going down on women. It was both gross and hilarious. Robin Williams was a very, very entertaining performer. I loved all of the Robin Williams performances that I've seen. I love that documentary. So funny, even here in the same jokes just told by different people 20 times. That's one where I didn't laugh at the Aristocrats when I started watching the documentary, but by the end of it, I was. It just got so ridiculous. Coco the gorilla loved Robin Williams. Loved him. I didn't know that. Robin Williams was a cocaine fiend. I'm going to say this, like, busts through the doors, screaming at the top of his lungs, delivers a phenomenal stand-up routine, but shooting out words a mile a minute. That guy was on something. So it's written in their contract, if they die by accident, producers get a payout. Who? Ooh. Okay. Hence why so many celebs die in odd ways at a young age. You know, I might want to look into that because that's an awful saucy accusation, and you're not wrong. So they don't have to finish. But if the... Is it because, like, they'll die, like, the stuff will get a boost? Where does the payout come from? So is it like they're not paying out money to his family and stuff? Like, where does the payout come from? Now I'm curious. That's so old now that Sarah Silverman was still funny. I think you're saying Robin Williams is awesome. He and I share a birthday. Yes, that's what you guys have in common. Yes, Jefferson. A drug for the young. I don't know what we're talking about. Sarah really was funny once upon a time. Yeah, dude, Sarah Silverman used to be a legit good comedian, and yeah, that went its own way. What are you gonna do? Wait a minute, what? Dad fights off repeat home invader attempting to get into his children's bedroom. What? This was I said burglar. I didn't realize it was the same. Dear Lord. I don't want to do that. We'll save that one for tomorrow for sure, because we have a half hour left. We'll go over to this. I don't know if Brian the Science is still here. He might be on his way home. But GameStop customer has been apparently paid $30,494.70 for a Pokemon card trade-in. A GameStop customer got paid over 30 grand for this. A Gengar Pokemon card. I don't know what's worth. Why is this worth 30 grand? Why in the name of Jesus is this worth 30 grand? Oh, dear Lord. Rosetta Stone and pricing. What? No, go back. Where did we get that? There we go. It's like, why did that have a thing do that? Oh, because I was trying to close this and it was closing it. Closing. Get rid of the damn thing. All right, so let's find out. GameStop announced a customer in Texas traded in a Pokemon card for $30,494.70, marking the, quote, most valuable single trade-in ever recorded in GameStop history. Yeah, what about this is worth twice my car? Not quite twice my car, but still pretty close to twice my car. What about this is worth more than almost double my car? The game store chain released a statement reporting the customer in Grapevine, Texas, bought a fully authenticated PSA 10 Hollow Gengar into their local store. Yeah. Who cares? The card was put through required inspection, verification, and compliance procedures. It was found to have a fair market value of $33,883. The store paid the customer $30,494.70 for the card. This event now constitutes the most valuable single trade-in ever. Yeah, why is it worth so much? The store said the store, which paid $3,383 fair market value for the item, also took a swipe at critics of its Power Packs buyback program. Furthermore, any trolls publicly claiming GameStop trade-in values are bad are hereby factually and demonstrably. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. Why is the card worth so much? Like, why is the card worth so much? It's just a stupid. This is breaking my brain. Like $30,000 for a card in a game. Because the print? Johnny Dow saying the car's gayness factor equals 30,000. Bricks Gaming saying something about from 2003. Oh, Robin Williams. Some nerd wants it, therefore the value is whatever you can get right. But who's going to pay that? You need to read your Rumble chats more often, says Johnny Dow. I'm trying to, buddy. It's called Celebrity Death Clause. Your producer gets you killed. You get a ton of attention. They can market. Oh. And then provides a list of likely people that could have been used for that very purpose. Live at the Met. His bit about cocaine. I don't know. Can I play this?
And you were there, and you were there, and who are you? And there's Toto going, you're stoned, man. You're just stoned. But see, there's people know who are even beyond marijuana. You know, the people who are going like, hey, is the show on? You know what I'm talking about? The Peruvian marching powder, the devil's dandruff. It's a nice thing, though.
Yeah, I don't want to risk getting myself in trouble playing the bit, but thank you. Thank you for that. $30,000, I would build a house. Right, I don't understand the nerd that has $30,000 burning a hole in their pocket for a Pokemon card. That's all I'm saying. Selling Pokemon cards definitely not a foolproof way to launder drug money. I spent a ton to get Vince Coleman and Dwight Goodman cards when I was a kid. Thought I'd be a millionaire by now. Right, but nobody gives a crap about any of that stuff. How does somebody spend $35,000? How does somebody have $35,000 to spend on a Lego Millennium Falcon? What are you talking? Like an original? Because the Millennium Falcon is like $100. And again, this is where I land on that. Unless you're buying an original one, and even then, go F yourself, because $35,000 Lego Millennium Falcon, I don't think that's a thing. I have a signed Kirby Puckett rookie card. Love that thing. Well, Kirby Puckett was a big guy in the area. I'm sure anybody who's a Minnesota born and bred boy that's got a Kirby Puckett baseball card, pretty happy with themselves. $30K life size? Yeah, I'm looking this up. Where's the $35K Lego Millennium Falcon? I've never heard of this. 35 Lego. Oh, the 35,000 piece Lego Star Destroyer. Millennium Falcon. Again, the Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon, you can buy it at Walmart for $849.95. But even then, there's an online shopping thing for Target that says $67.99. So I don't know how you get $849 here. $849 here at Lego.com. But if you go and get it at Target, it's $67.99. Can't be the same thing. It's got to be something different. $849. Yeah, these are $849. I don't have it going over 1,000. I'm sorry. And then Disney ruined Star Wars. Yeah, Disney kind of shat on Star Wars pretty hard. I thought for a little while Jon Favreau was going to save it with, like, I thought they were giving him the helm. And the first season of The Mandalorian, I had hope. I ain't going to lie. I had hope that we were going to bail this thing out. Nah, thing's done. Mandalorian's done. It's all over. I've got a signed Pavel Burl jersey. My pride and joy. I don't think I have any crazy awesome sports memorabilia other than I have my goaltending mask and my father's goaltending mask, and his was made in like the 70s, and it's the fiberglass mask, and he wore it at the 1982 Olympic hockey team tryouts, which he did not make the team, but he did wear it at the tryouts. So that's the closest I get. I've heard of it before. Look up most expensive. I'm talking about the one. You've heard of it before. I looked up $35,000 Lego Millennium Falcon, and I did not find anything. So I don't know. Typing the one in is supposed to do. Let's add a dollar sign just to make sure we didn't. Where is the dollar sign? That's the percent sign. That's the 4. I thought it was the 4. There we go. All right, and enter. Lego Millennium Falcon, 555,000 pieces. Right. Biggest Lego set in the world. I've got nothing. I have 0 things for a Lego Millennium Falcon worth that amount of money. It's nothing. Nothing. Disney screwed Star Wars, but finally the Avengers Doomsday dropping this week. Thanks God. Do you think that's going to be good? I'm going to tell you this. I've got 0 faith for that. I'm not going to see that movie. I'm not going to see it in theaters. The only way I will go to a movie theater anymore now is if my lady or my daughter wanted to go. But my daughter won't watch movies, so we can't even go to movies. I was so excited to take her to a movie theater. I was going to roll in there with my wheelchair, flaunt my crippled privilege, and get a bucket of popcorn and some candy for the 2 of us. And we were going to have a good time watching a movie. She doesn't like long-form content, so she loves Gabby's Dollhouse, but I didn't get to take her to see the Gabby movie. Johnny Omegon Raid in Rumble. Omegon Raid. Hi, hey, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you, Omegon, raiding the stream. I appreciate that. Shum Bumpkins asking, what are we doing here? Well, we kind of around on a lot of different topics. I am a well-traveled, not well-educated, incredibly misfortunate cripple. And so we just kind of pull up stories about the local U.S. area with a small focus on Minnesota, where I happen to reside, and we just fuck around for a while. We have ourselves a good time. Digger saying, good to see you, Raiders. Digger1420, also a streamer of her own right, and someone who's on the show from time to time. So we just kind of around for this for a while. I've kind of gotten black-pilled because of a variety of personal issues and life difficulties, and that's why we have like the Game Over podcast. Game over, man. We actually have the clip. Why don't I just, you dumbass, play the goddamn audio clip? I believe. Ooh. God, it's been a while since I played it. Where is it? I think 3. Lost it. Don't know where it is. It's in there somewhere. Greetings from the UP. Oh, the Upper Peninsula? Well, welcome anybody. Movie popcorn is the best, but need a bank loan for that poppin' candy. Dude, one thing I love that I have is the popcorn maker I have, because I can make movie theater level popcorn all the time, and that is great. But it's just, it sucks that my kiddo doesn't want to, watch fucking movies, man. Like, Oh, cool. I live in Menorah, MN. So I lived in Menorah, MN some years ago. Well, awesome. Or Mora, excuse me. Menorah? Menorah? Really, dumbass? Oh, wow. I'm in Gaylord. Well, at least you're in it and not are it. There we go. We indulge in highbrow entertainment like animal style in and out, in and out. Look at all the wieners. Yeah, we have 3 platforms that we broadcast to simultaneously. Over on the Twitch platform, people can enjoy some very lovely services like the stickers. Here, I'll play. She mentioned it, and Wild Saffron's a big part of our program. Let's go over. We'll give her a couple of free stickers we'll throw out. Oh, I thought we did that. Open the dashboard. It should be that easy. Log in with Twitch. You know how we do this. You know how we do it. So again, we got a couple of these. Like we had the up. Now Fettuccine El Poo felt the need to throw one in.
Mushroom dance, whatever could it mean?
So we just fuck around and have fun. And people make fun of me. I'm not into wieners, says Shum Bumpkins. Well, neither am I, but they like throwing them at me. Gig on, take me away. Lubschenko, okay, I'm back. What did I miss? We got rated over on Rumble by, I want to pronounce the name right. I got to go back up here. I missed it. We got rated by Omegon. Omegon rated us with a couple of viewers. I'm not sure how. It doesn't say how many. I know I've seen at least 2 and 3 in the chat. So 3, yeah, like 3 or 4 in the chat. Dawson, Minnesota here. It's cold out. Yeah, dude, it got cold here. Ask Johnny about his futon he has for sale. I don't have a futon for sale. He owns no, I don't. I don't own an exotic meat, anything. Thank you for the cheese facial sticker. I appreciate that. Hey, Johnny, you know what I would love for Christmas? A wrench. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Then I got to keep track of people for using or misusing their wrenches. I don't have a lot of viewers. We have a few people on a couple of platforms. It's a great time, and I love everybody hanging out, but does it justify wrenching people? I don't know if I rate that sort of business. All right, but anyways, we do have only like 20 or so minutes left in the program. 25 if you're nasty. So let's get a couple of things. I don't want to miss stuff. That's the board. We can leave that there. I don't think we have the ability to launch another hype train. I don't think it's cooled down yet. I thought there was a Christmas raffle for the futon. No, my futon is my futon. It's never been up for sale or up for grabs. It's my futon. It's my deal, Wade. It's my fucking futon. There's no coals in it. There's no jizz on it. It's my futon, and it will stay in my possession. And as soon as I move out of here, it will come with me, and it will stay with me. It will continue to be my futon. I feel like we've covered this point before. The futon is not for sale, K King Dong. Called dibs, and I'm second in line. There's no line! I misuse my wrench all the time. I know, Brian. Particularly on yourself. You're a masochist. Thanks very much. You're always welcome here. Well, all right. Yeah. Omegon. Yes, I'm glad I got that right. May y'all have a great stream. A great time doing what you do. Well, check you out later. Thanks for stopping by. Bullshit. Everyone loves a wiener. No, Lab Glass, you love wieners. Not everybody else. It's almost 2:20. It's almost 4:20, Digger. It's It's just so weird. It's almost 4:20. I called third on the futon, says St. Caesar. You have no money. I need a futon in my room. No, you don't.
Damn. Look at
And if you do, get your own futon. This one's mine. If you haven't seen Omegon's stuff, he's funny. I'm sure he is. I will have to go check that out. Oh, shit. A second hype train is closed. What? No, we're not. Oh, me. We can't. Cool. We are 100 bits or one gifted sub away from launching our second hype train today. That would be weird. Today's been a fun show. We've had a great time talking about people finding explosives in their house, but 2 hype trains. That's not normal. And thank you very much if we do that. We do have a story about a bear living in a guy's house. I could have swore I've seen this before, but I checked. This was published like over the weekend. So this is either a news organization lying to people and reposting a thing, or this is more common than you think. Anyways, we do have 12 minutes to 4:20. We only have 40 seconds for this hype train. It ain't going nowhere. We're fine. We're fine. Go Lab Glass Go, says Mr. Q. I mean, if they want to, yeah. But it looks like it's ending without that last donation. We have, again, 30 seconds before it's gone. So by this time, you guys hearing it, probably gone. All right, close out the Lego thing. So yeah, I didn't find the $35,000 Lego Millennium Falcon, Mr. Q. I'm not doubting you. I just haven't found... How did you pull that off? How did you pull that off?
Up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies. Everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes the train, and here comes driver 10-2. Wahey! Here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the train today. Here comes the train!
A message from the government of Canada. We also have a hype train in Toronto. They've been hyping us that the light rail line is about to be completed over the last 5 years. $10 billion over budget now. See, this is where again, like, I feel like in Minnesota, we should have known better than to do any of this fucking hype train. We should have known better than to do any of this light rail stuff. Because, again, it's been tried in other places, guys. It didn't work. Didn't work then. It's not going to work now. 6-7 Butters would be the one to do that sticker. Matthew Q. Johnny should no longer be hungry. He's had 2 hot dogs today. Nope. Those were stickers. You can't eat those. I'm on a bit of a water cleanse at the exact moment. After the show's done, I'm probably going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some popcorn. And, just kind of handle some business, like hanging out with my daughter. So, yeah, I'll eat, but we'll get to that. You know what it is? I don't have enough. I'm not active enough. What am I doing? Burning calories. I've been practically sitting in this chair all morning. I've only taken breaks to go up to the bathroom and put in my contact lenses, and that's it. Got up, got ready, did a show, finished the show, prepped another show, got ready, did that show, gonna finish doing this show, and then we'll just keep on keeping on. Thank you for that hype train. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left. We are currently at, every time, the minute I look, it changes. 25% of the way through level 1. Thank you. That will all help towards our goal, which is on Friday at $20. I'm pretty sure we're going to bank that out between Rumble and Twitch, but we'll see. And then, of course, this Friday is the Go F Me show where we get our funding for the month ahead. So thank you all so very much for that. Goal move forward also because I took yesterday off. So not good. You need to eat better, Johnny. Well, I'm kind of trying to save up money, so I eat cheap, and then I took money that I was saving by doing that, and I spent it on my brother yesterday. Sorry? Actually, no, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not sorry about that. I'm really proud that I bought my brother lunch yesterday. I can't do much. I'm not a very capable guy, but I can take my brother out to lunch when he's in town because I don't ever get to see him. So union works on the rail. No surprises. Back in the day, the government would look for companies to do a job, and the job was done properly and the time on budget. Why? If they didn't do it right, they wouldn't get paid. Today, they get paid, so who cares how long it takes, right? And they can keep milking their money. Is Johnny eating all the donation money? Eating? Well, like, the donation money goes towards bills and things, but not eating. I've been stockpiling donation money to try and get ready to find a place to move into, and so I would say I technically like, but it's my savings. So like the donation money's for the show. And then, or you mean that money? No. That money's off limits till I move. Damned PC, I had to restart again. I completely forgot. This is why, again, I told people I didn't want to do that GoFundMe thing because the whole moving thing was a whole quagmire. And it's why I turned off accepting donations on it. You can go find it. It's still there. The GoFundMe still exists, but you can't donate to it because I'm like, no, we're not doing this. Damned PC had to restart again. 2 days of college for Nikki's oldest daughter. Just 2 days? You think you'd be there for longer than that. All right, I've got one controlled burn to do because of the hype train. I'm going to hold it off. We're going to do it. We're going to do a Dr. Hoot for our 420. I'm not doing both of those. And we're 7 minutes from 420. So that's ending 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Badoosh. So thank you very much for all of that 21% hype train. We'll do that salute with the doctor here in 6 minutes now. Again, I don't know what you mean. Fuck it, I'm smoking now, says Atomic Ray. Does this train have connections with chew tunnels? After paying for lunch, did you WoW kick your brother's ass? My brother's not a WoW player. He's not a World of Warcraft guy. It's like, real talk, one of my brother's favorite games was Flight Simulator. Like, he got the yoke and foot pedals. Like, he really, like, flying is his thing. My brother loves flying. He's working towards being a pilot. And so, but yeah, he has one more tour in the Air National Guard before he's up for retirement from the military. And it's going to probably be stateside, he said. So, I mean, it's not like I'm worried, like I'm never going to see him again. But either way, you never know what happens in life. And so I was like, yeah, he was in town. Took him out to lunch, hung out and watched a movie. He's never seen Willy's Wonderland, which is my favorite Nicolas Cage film of all time. So I did him the honor of exposing him to that wonderful flick. Bought him his favorite Subhouse sandwich that he can't get at home. Called it a good day. He hung out with me and my daughter. Ivy got to get a couple hugs in on her uncle. She was pissed he didn't bring his puppies because she knows him as the guy who has 2 Dachshunds. And she just wanted him to bring his little wiener dogs. His little yippy wiener dogs. She just giggles her butt off at those things. The first series, X-Flight Sim, was the great 2024 version sucked. I don't know when. I just know it was way back in the day. He had Flight Simulator. He had like all of the controls, like you're actually controlling an aircraft. So he took it very seriously. And it makes sense because he wanted to be a pilot. So, you know, every time one comes out, it changes stuff. What? Digger, it's not that I'm worried about her. It's that it's weird only cooking for 2 kids instead of 4. Now I don't know what we're talking about making. Loops Checo, I donate to single mothers from time to time. I think he's making a stripper joke. I'm guessing. I'm horribly wrong. I apologize. All right, so we have an interesting story out of Altadena. Where is Altadena? An Altadena homeowner. Fuck, I forgot which one this was. KTLA. So I think this is California. They have black bears in... Yeah, because they're talking about Los Angeles. This is California. They have black bears in California and they hibernate or what? Why would you hibernate in California? It doesn't make sense. I know, just teasing. I never got experience any of that stuff. Oh, well then. Let's pop over here. All right, so this is a homeowner in California discovering a very interesting, how shall we say, a very interesting new neighbor. But every time one drops off child support, it's holiday. Dear Lord. Black bears are the most common species across the country, says Adam Simon. Yeah, but do they hibernate in California? Do they need to? I guess if they don't need to hibernate, if there's no winter months, then why would you? I don't know.
Now at 5:30, an Altadena homeowner finds himself living with a very unwelcome and very large roommate. Turns out a massive bear has settled into the crawl space of an Altadena home, getting way
I want to see that video. Go back to that video.
Now shows us what the home
Go back to that video. I want to see the bear climbing out of that hole.
owner is up against.
An Altadena man set up a home security camera right outside this crawl space right here because you can see that brick. That's just one of many items he noticed was moved and then even destroyed. So you can imagine his surprise when he saw a 500-pound black bear living right under his home.
Stealing his cable.
It started Monday night when Ken Johnson's outdoor camera picked up movement in the driveway.
It was really big. I've seen him before, but he was going through the trash. He's never done that before. And then the next morning I look, and he's coming out.
How does he get in there?
Since then, the bear hasn't
Dude, the bear can't even get out of there.
It's moved in. Ken says he sees it every day on camera, slipping in and out like he owns the place. But on Friday, things turned a little too close for comfort.
So I had to go around and change the batteries. So I went around there, and I just glanced at the hole from standing up, and I heard this horrible growl, like with a hiss, like, and I just ran.
Ken's now
Okay,
living on edge,
so now that
unsure
bear
when
knows
this
you're a bitch.
uninvited house guest will pop up next. So naturally,
That bear knows you're its bitch. If he made a loud noise and you ran off, Adam Simon, yeah, I don't know, I don't care. I got black bears here to deal with. Damn, that's a big bear, dude. It is a big effing bear. It's a big bear, iron tough. You don't take no guff. All right, that was for one person. I'll admit it. I'm kind of catching the clock now because it's about to turn to 4:20. So I kind of want to turn to 4:20 so I can hit play and then I can do the hoot on the doctor. Get that? There we go.
if we could go see it.
I see it. I see it. I see it. Do you see the bear? Yes, I see it.
You're a dick.
Ken, are you okay?
You coming?
No.
I dropped my glasses.
No.
Where's animal control when you need them? Fish and game.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Oh.
He says it's unsettling knowing he's sharing a property with a 500-pound bear living just feet below him.
And it looked like a monster because the eyes are like close together and then this big wide head, and I wasn't even sure what I was.
St. Caesar, I live in a basement. What Christmas decorations am I going to put up? What, do you want me to fucking string up lights around my basement? Bad news for you. My daughter never let me take those down the last time I did it, so those are already up. I suppose I have to leave those here when I move out. She calls them her lights. We only put them on when she's down here. It is kind of nice, though, in a weird way. I'll miss those. Anyways, she pooped. Oh, dude, I hope so. That would make this story entertaining. So far, Tweedle Dumbass here and his friends, like, of course the bear's going to be ornery. He's trying to claim a new territory.
Looking at.
Law enforcement told him staying
Matthew Q, 420 CST, correct standard time. Thank you. That is what it is.
inside will keep him safe, but he wants this tenant gone.
Are you gonna start charging him rent?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, what's he going to pay you in? Plus, why should he owe you rent? He's barely there. He can only pay you in pastries. How do you feel about bear claws?
He reached out to California Fish and Wildlife to see if they can help evict this enormous squatter before things escalate.
I got a recording that said they're closed for the holidays. I don't need a bear for Christmas. I want to get rid of the bear for Christmas.
Until Ken can get some help.
All I want for Christmas is one dead bear. I mean, that's probably... Wait, I hope he doesn't have any kids around. This shit. Sounds like a private security... Sounds like private security to me. Who's private security?
He tells me he's going to continue staying indoors and, of course, keep those cameras rolling. Reporting in Altadena, Jillian Smuckler, KTLA 5 News.
I'll say this. Nobody's going to try and get in your house through the underside. But pray you never have to fix a pipe. So, yeah, I could understand it. Fuck it. Put a hat on the bear and make him security. Sounds like private security. I think he wanted to show her his bear. He certainly enjoyed showing her his bear. I'm glad you caught up with the dude. Seemed like he really enjoyed showing her his bear. Weird how the news shows up before the game commission. That's actually more disconcerting than weird. I feel like that makes me feel worse as a person, not better. That's not a good feeling. I can't do that. That's not okay. So that's the bear taking up residence. Oh, crap. What else did we have for stories then? Did I save the same link twice? So I have to find that other one that was supposed to be there before. Because this is the same thing. Let's make sure we didn't miss any of the facts of the story. Glance. We covered the whole... Yeah, we covered the whole thing. So we've got our last video. We like doing animal stuff. If you're new here, we like doing animal chill stuff when we leave. So it's always fun to do like an update of like... A lot of times we have different zoos that show off new animals that have pups and kittens and things. Johnny, idea veggie Marmite for Friday. I have to be able to find it. I haven't found Marmite in my local store at all. So I'd have to order that. I don't know that I could get veggie Marmite by Friday. It's not a bad idea. I already have the meat Marmite. One Marmite's bad enough, but maybe the veggie's worse. And then gotta find weird shit to have to mildly torture myself with. The Whole Foods sells Marmite, says Adam Simon. The Whole Foods. That could be interesting. Yes, please, for what? You mean the animal videos. You want... Matthew Q loves the animal videos. He throws money at us on the PayPal, Venmo, and Streamlabs stuff. So we try to entertain him and others like Wild Saffron who deeply enjoy the videos. That was definitely a libtard area. Yeah, dude, because they gave in to the animal without... He's pretty... Oh, I didn't realize Omegon was pretty huge. That's super duper awesome. $3. Oh, another 3. Oh, okay. Let's throw that on there. Oh, we're close to another YouTube buyout. So, or wait, no, was that through this one? Where was that? Was that in this? So that was the other one. So that was the YouTube thing. I don't know where I'm keeping. I'm so distracted. Okay, we'll just keep track of it up there. Okay, so yes, we have 5 minutes left in the show. I'm sure there's a location near you. Yeah, there's probably a Whole Foods location near me. I don't get out and move very well, especially right now in the winter. It's very touch and go on whether or not they clean their parking lots. So we'll have to consider it. We'll see if I go out this Thursday. I'll see what I can pull off. Been finding it for customers for years. Would I eat it? Not a chance, says Smiles a lot for you. I wouldn't eat it either. Top shelf above the peanut butter for Marmite. I do have to run to the grocery store. I'll see if I can find some. Don't go to Whole Foods, man. They sell asparagus water for $12. I'll see. I'm not going to put a whole lot of eggs in my basket, and I'm not going to pay out the ass for it. But I will see if I can score some Vegemite for Friday's show. I do have to see what else I can. I think I found some of my like muscle tasing pads. We might have to resort to that. The store I used to work at had one single facing of it. It was very easy to miss it. Well, I will check the peanut butter aisle above the peanut butter for the Marmite. It is a sandwich spread. Vegetable based makes a lot of sense. Oh, well, the Vegemite, not Marmite. Marmite's the meat one. I have the Marmite. The Vegemite. I'm going to feel like a dick if I go to get Vegemite and Marmite's sitting right next to it and I could have gotten it there and I just missed it when I rolled through. I don't even know that I looked in that area. It's a weird... No, I would have checked sandwich spread stuff. I don't know. Anyways, so we're going to get going here in a minute. Before we do, the San Diego Zoo now has 3 new Fossa pups. I don't even know what a Fossa pup is, but they've got 3 of them. And so for the next minute or so, we're going to enjoy watching a couple in our nice, in a continuing segment for my show that I call Unwinding. Oh, look at that cute little guy. Kind of looks like a. Dear Lord, your mic is so off balance on these. Kind of looks like a little. What is it? A little weasel? They look like little weasel, like little ferrets almost.
Where does it grow?
Yeah, it looks like a little ferret. Just a little ferret. Like cats mixed with rats.
Gosh, there was
All right.
amazing.
They just look like cute little. They just look adorable. Those are just adorable. All right, so there's our little clip. There you go. We're going to be getting out of here. I'm finally here. Let's get started. Rec Start parody. I don't know how to tell you this, buddy. Picked a weird time to show up. Could try Byerly's for Vegemite. I might have to. Probably tastes pretty good. What, Vegemite? If Marmite is any indication, and I mean any at all, God no. I will say this. Marmite works well spread out on well-cooked toast. But that's to make it passable. If you're eating it by itself, it's not good. And I can't imagine that Vegemite's better. I could be wrong. The animal you don't. Oh. I'm sorry. Well, on that revelation, I should probably get out of here. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been a privilege and a pleasure. We're going to bail. And by bail, I mean end on time. We're going to get out of here. I'm on Aaron's show tomorrow morning. I'll be back here with Digger tomorrow afternoon. And, of course, this Friday, our big, crazy, Let's Get Funded show. So thank you all so much. Toodles and all of that jazz.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribed.